You already know this is Part Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Mo Shot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, you read the title, baby. You read the title. We about to be talking about Devin Haney negotiated with Gamboa. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that. I can't agree with that. Also, we're going to be talking about PBC Al Haymon taking over the fourth quarter of the boxing year. Showtime came with a lot of good fights, good showcase. Got to give credit to Al Haymon on this one. Got to give credit to PBC Showtime. Got to give credit to Samson as well. Samson Promotion. And shout out to all the promotion that's making these deals as well. And all the managers and advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, about time we got some real content in the sport of boxing. Some real content for the boxing content creators, because we've been going on too many conspiracy theories. And now we got something concrete so we could be talking about. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Y'all already know what got Fulton Jr., Angelo Leo, David Benavidez, Lubin. Pay-per-view fight with Jamal and Jamel Charlo doubleheader pay-per-view. Sergey Lipinay, we're going to be talking about that versus Abdul. I can't pronounce his whole name. You know, I can't pronounce it all. Was good, June. Was good, June. I can't pronounce his last name, but that's going to be for the IBF interim title. That was supposed to be, Abdul was supposed to be fighting Earl Spence as a mandatory. He's been sitting on as a mandatory for quite some time, for well over a year. He's like the Dillian White of IBF. We got Javante Tank Davis, y'all already know, versus Leon Santa Cruz. Pay-per-view. Chris Copeland, formerly known as Little B-Hop, versus Jamie Arboleda. Nonito Donaire, still out there fighting. What's good, Glenn? What's good, Jay? What's good, ladies? What's good, my peoples? What's good? Let me get a little cup of water. Let me get a little cup of water. Let the people pour in. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button, my people. Little thunderstorm out here in New York City. You know, New York City needs a little shower. It needs a little shower. It needs to be cleaned up. It needs to be cleaned up. So I want to go straight into the Devin Haney thing, but I'm waiting for more people, so you already know, man, so I could get more type of feedback by the people, because some of the people may be like, come on, man, again, punch drunk with the Devin Haney. Nah, it's not even about the Devin Haney. You got to do something with Eddie Hearn as well. I think Davis stops Leo on Charlo, TKO Rosario early rounds. Ooh. Oh, you don't believe in Dominican power? You don't believe it? Huh? You don't believe in Platanero? You don't believe in Monfongo, my friend? How much is the pay-per-view and on what network? It's going to be on Showtime, and of course the pay-per-view Showtime. Espinoza said that's going to be on the same price, Glenn. And I'm going to tell you like this guy been, you know, politically always arguing, telling me that people, that he don't give a damn about the people that's struggling. And look at him, Espinoza. Showtime, it's going to be $70, $80. He said that price ain't going to change. I can understand they're trying to find a new pipeline, because of course the live gate, that type of money is not coming in. So they got to take advantage of the people. They have to take advantage of the people. You know, that's the way it goes in America. Take advantage of the people and their struggles. A lot of people still don't got their second stimulus check, and they want people to pay for pay-per-view. I think Davis stops Leo. I think Davis stops Leo. I think Davis beats Leo. I think Rosario. I think it's going to be a hard fight for Charlo. It's going to be a hard fight. I think that pay-per-view event with both Charlo brothers is going to be hard for them as well. Why Gamboa always getting fights? I don't know, man. I think it's still the name. I think Gamboa and like Khan is like, you know, they're going by their name, by their old glory. Whatever glory that was. But This what I say about Gamboa though. Gamboa is a good fighter. Is a good fighter, yo. But you know what? Look, I know how the hell I know what's good, Intangible. What's good, my brother. I know how they're going to use this fight. I know the excuses they're going to come down the pipeline with this fight with Devin Haney and Gamboa. Gamboa is coming off an Achilles injury. Now, if anybody follows sports, if anybody follow professional sports, you know Tommy Hearn. What is it? Tommy John surgery and Achilles injury. It's probably the worst injury for a professional athlete, right? For a professional athlete to come back and be the same. Now, Gamboa's, how old is Gamboa? 39, 38? Achilles injury, that means you're done, really. You're done. You're going to need the Achilles to pivot, to plant your feet, to shoot the right hand, twist it, shoot the hook, and things of that nature. I'm going to tell you like this. People, this fight is no good. This fight is trash because all what Gamboa is going to do is stay planted and he's going to get hit. He's going to be like a human punching bag at this age, and he's going to come back from a ruptured Achilles too early. Tommy Hearn surgery. Nah. Tommy John. Tommy John surgery, Intangible. My fault. You know, it's boxing, so Tommy Hearn is already in the mind. You feel me? Tommy John surgery. When a baseball player gets that type of injury, you know he's not going to be back. He's not going to be the same. Achilles injury, you know he's not going to be the same. Kevin Durant still haven't even come and played back. I mean, he had it. He came back, but he's young enough. But Achilles at that age, Patrick Ewing is all I remember. Patrick Ewing. That's how what's his name? God damn it. Gamboa is gonna look like. Yeah, but they young. I'm talking about Gamboa is old. This is not a good injury when you that age. Kobe, remember Kobe? It's not easy. It's not an easy injury at that age. And the type of roll work. Is he gonna do good roll work? And it's not even about it also has to do with the injury, but it also has to do with the time that he's coming back. He tore he's ruptured his Achilles in the Gervonta Tank Davis fight in December. When Haney's supposed to be coming back and fighting Gamboa. Most of professional athletes don't come after an Achilles surgery. They take a year. It's no joke. So for Eddie Hearn and Devin Haney to choose an opponent, got a voluntary bout. WBC gave you a voluntary bout so you could come and, test the shoulder. But to test the shoulder versus a Gamboa, come on. And that's what they're gonna come with. That promotion. Well, you know that Devin Haney has surgery and Gamboa has surgery. So, we're both coming from a surgery and we're both trying to feel, where we at. That's the excuse they're going to use, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not going to get me. We both had surgeries. Nah, man, that's not a good opponent. It's a name. It's a name. And of course, they're gonna be talking about, oh well, during that type of surgery, Gervonta Tank Davis couldn't knock out Gamboa. Yo, what's good, Seth? What's good? What's good? Black and Brown? What's good? Thunder was good, but because came back too early from his Achilles and hurt his same leg. Exactly. That's gonna happen to a 39, 38, or 40-year-old Gamboa. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. You need to pivot. You need to cut. You need to do a lot of things, man, with your legs, man. It's leg work. Preparing for the fight. Roll work. Is he going to be limited is he going to be limited in roll work? Is he going to be limited in sparring? That's not a good fight. He's just going to be a punching bag. He's going to be standing still. He's not going to be moving. He's going to be scared to get it hurt. Nah. I still think Gamboa is a good test for Haney and a good name on his resume. But come on, Punch. Who you think going to be available to fight him? Yo, there was a lot of people. There was people to fight him. I knew it from the beginning. He's not going to be taking those type of fight. What up, Guido? He's not going to be taking the fight. He was calling a lot of people out. And I told y'all he's going to take a easy tune-up. Now, is Gamboa the type of dude that you want to disrespect and call him a tune-up? No, you don't want to do that. But I'm saying he's coming from a ruptured Achilles injury in less than a year. He's a professional athlete. Come on, man. It doesn't make sense at that age. And it doesn't make sense to know where you at as Devin Haney, to know where you at after the surgery, after his soldier surgery, to be fighting Gamboa. Fight a live, at least a live, young, better opponent than a Gamboa. Only fighting him for the name. Linares should be Haney's next opponent. Should have been. Yeah. Remember, if they made the Linares and Javier Fortuna fight, it's because somebody said no to Javier Fortuna and somebody said no to Linares. Somebody said no to Luke Campbell. Don't tell me that Luke Campbell's gonna be no. I don't want to fight Devin Haney. So let's take that. You know, they got to take accountability for that. There wouldn't be no Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia if a Devin Haney camp said no to it. This is all but I'm not going to blame it on Devin Haney. Not all to pick this fight. Eddie Hearn has a lot to do with it as well. Yo, what's good, brother? I don't feel that's going to do anything significant. Yeah, go people, oh, that's a good name for the resume, but that's what it is. Are we just going to get names for the resume? I mean, get Mike Tyson in, and you could get Mike Tyson in your resume. He's 54. Get Mike Tyson in your resume. That's what we going with? Just to get names off the resume? I'm going to fight Amir Khan just to have Amir Khan on my resume. I'm going to fight Gamboa because I'm going to have Gamboa in my resume. No, you want to get opponents to prepare yourself for what you are or what you calling out for. If you're calling for Lomachenko, you know who's going to be my tune-up? A southpaw. And it's going to be somebody young. It's going to be somebody agile. It's going to be somebody that's moved their feet. If I'm thinking about an opponent like a Teofimo Lopez or Lomachenko, and I want the winner of that fight, I'm going to pick a tune-up that's going to mimic a little bit of what I'm ready to see. Leo Santa Cruz, what was his last fight? It wasn't against a southpaw, right? But he's about to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's see if he knew that I will fight a southpaw, knowing that later on I'm about to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the way you pick a tune-up. That's the way you pick a guy to prepare you for the next level. Devin Haney is overhyped for real. I don't know if he's overhyped. He's very skillful. He got a name. We've been following him ever since Yay High. He's been in there with Legendary. He's been taking lessons from a lot of wisdom people in the sport of boxing. Nah, Devin Haney is game. Devin Haney is game. He's young. We're not going to give him extra credit, but we're going to give him credit for the things that he's done up to this point. Just like any other fighter. You know Punch Drunk. You know your boy Moonshine don't give nobody no extra credit. But no, I don't like devaluing, discrediting no fighters. I'm not going to give them extra credit, though. I'm not going to praise them and act like they did something they haven't done. I'm not going to go by potential. I'm not like Dick Vitale. He'd be going in the NBA draft, and people are going by potential. We forget about the potential. We're talking about the it factor. A lot of people in the sport of boxing got a lot of potential right now. Do we know if they're the it factor right now? We don't know that yet. And fighting Gamboa, nah. Nah. Order to check the ranking right quick. Every time I want to check something, this phone acts up. Every time. Every time. The females last night got more balls than the men because they both put their O's on the line with only 6 wins versus. That's what I'm talking about, Glenn. That's where, remember, I was talking about that. We got to show some love to the women in the sport of boxing. Also, These women got hard. And also these women in the sport of boxing that's actually going back and forth from the MMA and boxing just so they could be compensated real well, because you already know they ain't getting paid in boxing. These women are getting paid like 7,000, 10,000, 5,000. Hashman Boxing. Not a fan of Haney anymore. You know, hey. I'm telling you, they're going to use that as an excuse. Watch the promotion. Listen to your boy Punch. They're going to be like, yo, but you know, we're coming off an injury too. And he's coming off an injury. And they're going to be talking about it like that. It's going to be like, he got an injury. He has surgery. We had an injury. We had surgery. So we both trying to figure out where we at. Me, Gamboa. There's going to be Eddie Hearns doing the impossible to promote this fight and big up Gamboa. Gamboa is not supposed to be in the ring no time this year. No time this year. He should be in the ring. Not at his age. Yo, to prepare for a boxing bout is very grueling. You can't be taking shortcuts. Not in a sport where it's a life or death type of sport. It does not work good when you're rushing into a fight. You got to be smart. You got to have a smart team. Maybe Gamboa sees money and he needs it right now. I don't know. But even if I was Gamboa and I was Gamboa's team, I would not take that fight now. Nah. I wouldn't. Let's go with the WBC ranking. Let's go. My fault, ladies. Let's go. Let's go. How about this? How about this, ladies and gentlemen? How about, I know he's with Top Rank, right? But how about a fight with Richard Comey? How about Devin Haney versus Richard Comey? How about that? Feel me? Is that a good fight, y'all? How about that fight? How about somebody in his prime? How about, you know, if you could do what Teofimo Lopez did to Richard Comey? How about that fight with Devin Haney? That's a good fight. That's a good fight. What y'all think? Haney Comey. That's what I'm talking about, right? Yo, what's good, Prime? Nakatani. That's a good fight, too. Nakatani, that's good, too. Nakatani could take a punch. I like it. That's what's up, Black and Brown. I like a Richard Comey versus Devin Haney. How about that? Nakatani. Yeah, that's a good fight. That's what we talking now. We're talking there. Come on, man. Gonna be Gamboa after rupture Achilles and he's coming back in less than a year. Oh, we ain't no fools, man. Yeah, we follow boxing, but we follow professional sports, and we know that type of injury, you don't come back after 6, 5, 4 months. As a professional athlete, maybe you come back and walking around as a regular person. Yeah, it takes 6 months, 5 months. It says it takes 6 months to get full, you know, you could get control of your leg, full throttle. Look, if you're going to come real soon, you're going to be hampering that Achilles. What happens after? Your other leg actually usually gets injured because you've been putting so much weight on the other leg that then you injure that other leg. The dude is old, man. There's a lot of wear and tear in Gamboa's body. There's a lot of wear and tear in Gamboa's body. And people gonna be like, oh, boy, yo, this ain't basketball. Yo. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Go work at boxing, man. You gotta use that leg a lot. You gotta be on your toes a lot. You gotta use a lot of calf muscle, a lot of strength going just not only in your knuckles, but also in your legs and your calves and your ankles. And you gotta be agile if you're gonna be in the ring with Devin Haney. You gotta be agile. You gotta be able to pivot out the corner. It's right, Pete Johnson. Yo, what's up? It's true. Gamboa must need the money. Davis tried to send him to heaven. It gotta be. Maybe he needs the money. Shit, man, a man gotta do what a man gotta do. I understand about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't like that fight. I think it's a tailor-made fight. I don't like tailor-made fight at this point. If we're gonna be praising people, we don't need no tailor-made fights. At this point, there's boxers out there that's getting a lot of credit right now. And, you know, it's okay. Cool. Y'all giving a lot of credit. But these guys got to step up. Devin Haney, you got to step up. Forget about Gamboa right now. Forget about Gamboa. Gamboa is a shell. He's old with a ruptured Achilles. Stop it. Stop it. Yo, Glenn, hey, what's good, my brother? Thank you for the donations, my brother. Thank you for the funds, my man. This is what it look like. Yo, this is what it look like for Chime Man, Real Boxing Talk. Salute. Thank you, man. Thank you, my brother. Always looking out for the channel. Always looking out for your brother. That's what I'm talking about, man. Good looking out. God bless you and the family. Hope everybody doing good and the kids and the wifey. Gamboa tomato can now. I won't call, you know what, Peach? I won't call him tomato can. You know, I mean, I won't call fighters, especially Gamboa's type of status guy, but I think he's just already old. He's old. Yeah, he could fight. Yeah, he got skills. And yeah, he took a lot of punishment. Yeah, we saw the grit and we saw his heart versus Devin Haney while he had that ruptured Achilles in the second round. We saw that this dude is game. But that's not the point. The point is, this man should not even be in the ring this year because he just had surgery in December. Maybe December or January. When he had surgery. I know the fight was in December, but when did he have surgery? Yeah, look at this. Udonis Unis has that been diagnosed with a complete tear. A complete tear of his Achilles, y'all. I'm about to drop the link. I got to do the intro, my brother Charles. Don't worry. I got y'all. Don't worry. I'm going to drop the link. Let me finish the intro. I got y'all. So that we already know, man, we could talk about everything. Gamboa had an MRI exam. December 28. Boom, boom, boom. It's complete. Come on, man. Gamboa has surgery late January, y'all. Late January. Smash the like button. Yeah, tell him Prime. Dream was good. Come on, man. He had surgery late January. We in July. In July. Meaning around this time is the now that he probably could really start working out a little bit. He not ready to fight no damn Devin Haney. He's not ready to fight this whole year. Completely torn. It said it, completely torn. Not no partial. Complete tear of his right Achilles tendon. Nah. Don't give me no damn fight for a tailor-made for you to look good. I'm done with that, yo, at this stage. If everybody going to be giving credit to a lot of these boxers, I'll give credit to, Boots Ennis. I'll give credit to Teofimo Lopez and all these young guys, Chris Copeland, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Javonte Tan Davis, Brandon, all these dudes. There's a lot of dudes right now in the sport of boxing that need to step up. Step up. Step up. A Gamboa for me is not a step up. He's a wounded old man. He's a wounded old man. What's good, Dragon? Okay. Yeah, it's a middle camp for this year. I feel you, P. I feel you, P. I'm with you. You seen his foot that locked bad. I know, man. That was bad. Was good, Dream. Yeah, man. Nobody did nothing to Gamboa either. The dude, just because there's a lot of wear and tear. It's a lot of wear and tear. You know what's going to happen? It might happen again because he's going to put a lot of strength in one foot just to get back. And normally, everybody knows the body when you're an athlete. Everybody knows. Let's say when you twist an ankle on one, and then your knee start hurting let's say you twist your ankle on your right side, your knee start hurting on the left side, just because for a couple of weeks or months you putting a lot of stress on the right foot. Well, on the left foot or the left knee, because you've been trying to, take care of that right ankle. It's the same thing. He's 39, bro. He's 39. I understand. We see Manny Pacquiao, and we probably spoiled about that. This guy's not, but there's only one Manny Pacquiao. A lot of old dudes can't do it. And if you do it, you got to be smart. The only reason why these guys could go long is because they haven't had a real bad surgery in their career. Of course, we got Manny Pacquiao had that soldier surgery. Bernard Hopkins, I don't think he had major surgery nowhere. They could go long. Pause. Yeah, but that's not even the point. That's not even the point. Punch. I just think this is a step fight. You think it's a step fight? For me, it's not a step fight to me. Look, if Gamboa didn't have the surgery, the Achilles surgery. Like, I'm not talking about any of the type of surgery. I'm not talking about like a wrist surgery or ear surgery, or I'm talking about Achilles. We know Achilles injury, Achilles surgery. Tommy John and Achilles surgery are the type of surgeries that you do not come back, especially at that type of age that Gamboa is in. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not that Gamboa can't fight. It's just at this stage right now, this year, it's very irresponsible for him to even get in the ring. Why? Come on, man. How about Devin Haney, Richard Comey? How about Devin Haney, Nakatani? How about that? That's a good fight. Now, that's a step-up fight for Devin Haney. As a champion, that's a step-up fight. Don't fight Gamboa because he got a name. I'm tired of that. I don't want to see that because Gamboa got a name. No. Devin Haney is the next Andre Bird. Okay, maybe. Yeah, no. I'm with you, man, on that, man. What's up, Lee? I agree, man. It's a garbage fight. It's a dumb fight to me. What we gonna say? Gamboa is gonna go on a fight with Devin Haney. Gamboa is not gonna move. He's gonna be stationary because, of course, he's old. He got Achilles. He's done for the year. I'm not saying he's done as a fighter. I'm saying he's done for this year. He's done for this year. We got to be real. We got to be honest, man. Come on, man. We're not in the business of, these guys are modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They're not in the business for us to cater to them, cater to them and hold their hand. And no, we support them, but nah. What's up, Pray? What's good? Can't afford wait for Haney the best youngin. Haney the best youngin. I don't know yet. He hasn't proven it yet. He got to prove it. Right now, Teofimo Lopez has proven it. He beat the better man. He beat the better opponent. He beat a live champion. A live champion, respected champion. No vacants here. No vacants belts here. It's not about that Devin Haney can't surpass him. I'm not hating on Devin Haney. Why would I be hating on Devin Haney? I'm saying that that's a garbage fight. If Teofimo Lopez took that fight, I'll say that's a garbage fight right now. I'm not here to baby Devin Haney. That's the problem. Y'all, people out here want me to baby people, man. They warriors already. We don't got to baby them. We don't got to baby them. Tell him, Guido. That's the thing, man. We're not in the business of babying them. We hardcore boxing fans and we support these fighters, but I'm not going to baby these fights. If it wasn't for the Achilles injury, he just would have lost, you know, with Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Never had the injury, never had the surgery. I'm good. All right, fight Gamboa. Good fight. But not now. The dude just had surgery in January. Come on. If you're a sports fan, you know. Got beat up by, didn't get beat up. He won that fight. And at least he's fighting undefeated fighters that had a great amateur background. This dude is going a whole 12 with Santiago. He's going a whole 12 with a bunch of people that we don't even know. And if this is if this is what you do, will have you done for me lately type of thing, he beat Rich Comey and knocked him out in the second round. How about that? You know, this is not even about comparing. Also, it's not even about comparing. If I bring Tupac, you don't got to bring Biggie. If I bring Nas, you don't got to bring Jay-Z. If I bring Devin Haney, you don't got to bring Teofimo Lopez. Let's stick to Devin Haney. If I bring Teofimo Lopez, I don't want to hear Devin Haney unless they're going to be fighting one another. This is only just compared because they can't stay within the narrative. They can't stay within the agenda. Come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. That's a whack fight for the where Gamboa is at right now. Where Gamboa is at right now, that's not a good fight. Any professional athlete with that type of complete tour of the Achilles takes like a year. Professional athletes. Devin Haney is young. He's a mover. Good twitch. Good jab. Good skills. Gamboa is not going to be competing with that right now because of his damn leg. And this is just a fight tailor-made. Tailor-made. We don't need no fight. You had a voluntary WBC. You could pick any other fighter, but you want to pick a wounded old man. No. Pick Richard Comey. How about that? Pick Richard Comey. Pick Richard Comey. He's available. Javier Fortuna was available. Linares was available. Luke Campbell was available. And the only reason why these other fights is made with them is because somebody ain't want to take the fight. The guy that was calling people out, the guy that has the power as a champion, you're the A side, and you're picking Gamboa. Come on, man. That's not hating. I spit in facts. Sport of boxing, a lot of people want to give that title to a lot of cherry picking titles to a lot of people that never deserved it. And yeah, now that you're a champion, if you want to be a champion, oh yeah, you are going to get that type of criticism now. Because now you were A-side, dude. Now you were A-side, dude. Now you the picker. That's what you wanted. That's the position that you want, to be a champion, right? Now pick your opponents in the proper way that we're going to be respectful about it. Now, of course, Devin Haney is young too. Devin Haney is young. But you know what? Once you become a champion, that goes out the window. You never heard Mike Tyson, oh, but he's just a young heavyweight. We got to slow it down and pick their opponents, tailor-made for him to win. No, nah. Once you become a champion, and you decided to become a champion, decided to go for a champion, decided to call to be a champion, decided to email to be a champion, then damn, you got to pick your opponents like you a champion. That's the way I see it. That's the way it is. That's it. Now your responsibility has to be like a champion. Your responsibility can't just be like a young dude that is still, That's just my opinion, though. Everybody else got their opinion. I don't see anything wrong with picking Gamboa since Tank picked Gamboa. Brandon, it's not even about that. You're not listening to the content, my brother. You're not listening. It's not about Gamboa. It's not about Gamboa that he can't fight or things of that nature. I'm talking about his Achilles. Any professional athlete is out for a year with that type of surgery. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be he's an old dude with a ruptured Achilles. Name me any athlete at his age with that surgery that comes back strong. Name me any athlete at that age or age range that come back strong in less than a year. Think about it. That's what I'm talking about. Pick and choose. Yeah, they picking and choosing real. They picking and choosing a wounded old man. And Devin Haney, yes, he's going to be probably looking. He's going to look great. Punch, I think this fight not going to have. I hope it doesn't. We already spoke about that, H. He's a champion already, man. He's a champion. A lot of people felt that he beat Robert Easter Jr. He's a live champion that was ranked high in the top 5. Still ranked high in the top 6 right now. So it don't matter. We could look at every boxer's resume. Every boxer's resume. If you want to go by that, we can look at every boxer's resume. It's all about devaluing a fighter. I'm just keeping it real. Why you want him to fight an old man that has an Achilles? Tell me, answer that, H. Why you want him to fight an old man with an Achilles that had Achilles surgery, that had a full tear Achilles 6 months ago? Why you want him to fight that? To prove what? What is he gonna prove? Oh, that he could knock him out quicker than Gervonta Tank Davis. This is what we're just gonna pick. Oh, he's fighting him because he want to prove that he could finish him off quicker than the other person that gets credit. Come on, man. Come on, man. He had a voluntary bout, yo. You know what's a voluntary bout? That means you pick your opponent. You pick your opponent. Come on. We got boom, 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 boom. WBC Vicente. Let me go right here. Facts, Brian. Tank didn't get credit for Gamboa, neither would Haney. Exactly. And if he ain't get credit, is Devin Haney gonna get credit for it? Hey, you just want to you're a Haney fan. That's all. Just you're a Haney fan, and I feel you. You're always gonna go for a bet for Devin Haney, so you want to devalue everybody else. That was a good fight. That was a great fight, though. That was a great fight, and it's the performances as well. Good for your health. Get out of here, man. Stop loving them so much is not good for your health. Yo, that's my opinion about Devin Haney, man. We're gonna be moving on also. I think he could pick another opponent. I think Gamboa is not ready for an opponent. And I'm giving it, and this is why it is, because I'm giving. See, That's not hating on Devin Haney. See, that's actually giving credit to Devin Haney. I don't think Gamboa should be in the ring versus Devin Haney. So that's not even hating on Devin Haney. I'm giving too much credit for Devin Haney because I feel like Gamboa is not prepared to be in the ring with a Devin Haney. So how you see it as hating? See? Right? Right, Black? If I'm hating on Devin Haney, I wouldn't be saying Gamboa is not even prepared to be in the ring with Devin Haney. If I didn't think so good, if I didn't think good about Devin Haney, I would have been like, man, Gamboa got that with one leg. Right? Think about it. Think about it, y'all. Come on, man. Just because you disagree, that doesn't mean you're hating, man. We got to change the terminology, the way we talk and break down boxing. Haney could have easily fought Lee Selby. Yeah, true, Brandon. I mean, there's a lot of good fights out there, man. He could make good fights, and he could pick them because he's the A-side. He's the champion. He could pick them. Who's going to say no to be a WBC champion? But Gamboa, come on, man. Come on, man. You know where you're walking himself into. You know that. You know that. And if Gamboa's trying to get in the ring right now like that, it's because he's looking for a last paycheck. That's it. And he needs it. Ain't no yes man this chance. Exactly. Takes like 2 years to come back from that injury. Fully, right? It actually takes like a year for a professional athlete. Gamboa is a professional athlete, right? But nobody really comes back, especially at that age. Not at that age. And that's why I don't want it. Why I don't want to see fight. I don't want to see fighters at this point. It's almost like Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia would have faced another fighter that, you know, we want to see him fight so we could give him props and credit, even though all these fighters should get credit just by stepping inside the ring. But it's time for these boxers by now, the boxers that we actually want to praise, these young fighters that we want to praise. See, I don't want to see Brandon Lee fight another dude that has a losing record. No, man, step up. I don't want to see Bruce Ennis fight somebody that we don't know. Step up. 25 knockouts, 25 wins, 23 knockouts. Step up. That's it. It's on everybody. Everybody that get this major credit without doing nothing, step up. That's it. That's all we saying as boxing fans. We giving you so much credit for fighting nobodies. Step up. Y'all could do it. Y'all got the skills. That's all, right? Ain't on nobody. That's what it is. And if you got a young guy like Teofimo Lopez who's in the same age bracket as these dudes about to go fight Lomachenko, he's being the leader of the bunch. He's about to change the game. Everybody got to step up. If Teofimo, and that's why also, yes, I'm going for Teofimo Lopez to beat Lomachenko. But you know what that also is going to do? If he beats Lomachenko, it's going to start a whole new trend. It's going to start a new trend, not a new trend, but an old trend. So now it's time for y'all dudes to fight for legacy. Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko at that age, gets all these belts. It's going to put pressure on these other young guys. You know what? Y'all got to do the same thing. That's why I think it's even important for Teofimo Lopez to beat Lomachenko. Got to do it for the era. Got to do it for the era. Because once he sets the tone, every other fighter, every other young dude in his bracket, anytime we see a fight, oh, this guy's gonna be fighting who? But Teofimo, that's it. He's gonna be leading the bunch. Everybody got to do the same thing. Everybody gonna have to risk and challenge themselves. Loma will destroy. We'll see. We will see. We will see. It won't be surprised. A lot of people won't be surprised. But all I'm saying is the young dude is out there that he could easily, like a champion he is, he could easily pull the move that Devin Haney is doing. As a champion, is the easiest thing that Teofimo Lopez could do right now and be like, you know what, Bob? Let me get a fight. Let me get an easy fight. It's easy for him to do that. Why he's not doing it? Why he's not doing it? Why he's picking Loma? Come on, don't act like Luke Campbell wasn't there waiting for that fight or Javier Fortuna waiting for these fights. Don't act like it. I gonna pick an old man with a ruptured Achilles that has surgery late January, and no professional athlete at his age could come from that same, could be the same after that surgery. And we gonna give him credit for it. Oh, get out of here, man. Nah. Now when there's another young fighter that's setting the tone. Now when there's another fighter setting the tone, that's it. He sets the tone. Teofimo Lopez has set the tone. And everybody got to follow suit. If Teofimo Lopez at the same age is out there trying to strive for some greatness, that's why he needs to win, in my opinion. Because he's going to he's going to set the tone, baby. He's going to set the tone, the captain of the generation. He's going to set the tone, baby. And us boxing fans should like what he's doing. We're the same people that complain, oh my God, we don't get the fights that we want to see. These guys can't fight the best fighting the best. Oh my God, boxing is horrible. But when it comes to your favorite fighter, you're like, oh no, it's a good fight. Gamboa, yeah, he's a good fight. Yeah. Come on, man, keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. Let's be fans of fighters, but also let's be first fans of the sport of boxing. What's good, Smoke? Shout out to PBC. Shout out to PBC. Shout out to Showtime for coming out with these bouts. Yo, I still favor for the fight not happening. But Loma on points is a smart money. Hey, that's fair, Smoke. I think Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez is going to be coming as the underdog on that one. So even if you want to bet on Teofimo Lopez, man, it's good money to win. It's good money to win. I'm all being fans of people, but also I got to support the people that's putting themselves out there. Look, I'm not a major, Uwe fan, but you know what? He's out there want to get some straps. He could easily don't have to take the fight with Casimiro. You don't got to take that fight. But he wants some straps. And he want the 1 and 2, the best fighting the best. We got to give credit to the people that want to fight the best and high ranked. Charlo brothers chasing greatness. Yes, Jamal Charlo fighting Jason Rosario, Dominican Power, El Platanero, Mofongo in the house, my friend. Yes, that's a great fight. That's a great legacy fight, and I said it. I said in a couple of videos ago in the live show, I said Jamal Charlo is an underrated top 10 pound for pound dude in the sport of boxing. I love his resume. I think he has an underrated resume, and I think Jamal Charlo should get credit. He should get more credit than the credit that he's been having. Hell yeah. Let's go buy these fights. And I'm gonna send the link. In a couple minutes, y'all. Hold on. There's my picture. And the beauty of it, y'all, you know what the beauty of it? You know what the beauty of it, of the announcement of Showtime Boxing, the announcement of the fights of Fulton Jr., David Benavidez, Eric Lubin, Charlo brothers, Sergey Lipinyev versus Abdul. I can't pronounce his last name, but you already know that's going to be for the IBF interim. The Abdul been waiting for more than a year. He is the Dillian White in the IBF. He's the Dillian White of the IBF. He's been sitting there waiting for a chance to get a shot of the IBF welterweight championship belt from Earl Spence. Gervonta Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, good pay-per-view fight. Chris Copeland, formerly known as Little B-Hop, good. Nonito Donaire gonna be fighting in Showtime once again. He's been fighting in the zone. Welcome back to Showtime. Nonito Donaire still fighting, still a warrior, future Hall of Famer. Great card, great card. Thank you, Showtime. You know what the beauty about this thing is? And I gotta give shout out to PBC and Al Haymon and the things and all the promotional companies behind these events. Samson Promotion. I gotta give shout out to Samson Promotion because Samson been doing his thing for quite some time, and the dude do not get credit. France was good, my people. Let's give credit to Samson Promotion. Been doing his thing for quite some time. Got David Benavidez. Got Jason Rosario. Got Fortuna. And the man that discovered Manny Pacquiao. Samson is doing his thing right now. A lot of people ain't giving credit to Samson Promotion. I'm liking, I'm feeling them. They also signed Castillo. Because remember, Al Haymon is about the networks. But all these other promotional companies, the Tom Brown. Shout out to Tom Brown. Shout out to Tom Brown, a good matchmaker in the recent years for PBC. So I want to share light also on the promotional company that works with PBC and Al Haymon. Smash the like button, tell them Prime. Smash the like button, donate to the channel if you can. Donate to your boy, baby. Super chat your boy. Cash app your boy. Let me put the cash app there. Hold on, man. You think I do this for free? Huh? Okay. And the beauty of it, y'all, the beauty. How do you feel about Canelo versus Smith if it does happen? I feel it's a good fight. It's a good fight. If Canelo go and I heard Canelo wants to go to the UK as well and fight, that's a good fight. I mean, Canelo Alvarez, we already know he's game. TG Promotions too. Yes, I'm talking about Tom Brown. That's Tom Brown's ish. So shout out to Tom Brown. He been doing a lot of great work, man, with PBC. Shout out to a lot of people talk about a lot of people talk about Top Rank. A lot of people talk about Matchroom. TGB has done a great job in recent years. As matchmakers too, Samson Promotion has done a great job. Samson, when you think about Al Haymon, think about Samson as well. He's been managers to great as Sergio Martinez. Discover Manny Pacquiao. He got an eye for talent, and he got all his fighters in great fights right now. He got his fighters in great fights. Jason Rosario, Charlo. Samson could have easily be like, you know what? Keep the belt for a minute. Get your name more up. You could get a tune-up or whatever. They're going straight for greatness, y'all. I'm feeling Jason Rosario. We got to give the dude credit because he could easily pick an easy fight just so he could establish his name more. No. He like, I don't care, my friend. Hey, Samson, give me the fight with Chemel Cholo que le voy a romper la madre a ese tipo. I'm going to be champion. I won the WBC. Green, my favorite color because green is my favorite plátano. That's what I like it. Oh, Black, you don't got to, my brother, man. You got to keep that man in-house, bro. Don't worry about that, brother. Thanks for everybody out here just supporting, be in the chat room, man. Every time I hear Canelo name, is always about potential fights, but it seems like man's never signed to fight anybody. But you know what? That's one guy that I'm not going to complain about. You feel me? Pray. That's one guy I don't complain about. Nobody talks about main event promotions anymore. Oh, that too, Smoke. Bring it up in the panel too when I send the link. We gotta be talking about. Let's give credit to these other promotional companies that's doing their thing. We always just want to talk about Golden Boy. We want to talk about Top Rank and Matchroom, and let's talk about these other promoters, man. And it's easy when you go to BoxRec, right? When you go to BoxRec and click in the bout And you're gonna see the matchmakers, and everybody that's involved in these fights. And you got to give them credits. And TGB has done a very, very great job. Samson was talking about tune-ups prior COVID. Pay-per-view shut that up. Yeah, he was. But after that, after the fight, I felt what he was saying. He was trying to say that, you know what, he ain't gonna come in cheap this time. Now he's the unified champion. So I understand Samson. He was talking about this guy on Rosario is gonna get paid now, you know. So that's what it was. And I think to be a unified champion, you got to be the A side as well. I'm not saying you don't got to be. That's hard, but I mean, people are looking at Charlo. People are looking at if he's going to get the belt. Everything is just looking at Charlo and nothing about Jason Rosario. But you know what? He's coming with the hardware. Mangu power. You already know, baby. Dominican power. Jason Rosario. Give me that fight, Samson. I'm going to beat him, okay? I don't care. I want the green belt because I like the green plátano, okay? I like a yellow plátano. I like the green plátano. Plátano maduro, very good for me, okay? Jason Rosario is going to hit Jamel Charlo con Mangu con los tres golpes. That's going to be the three-piece. I'm going to call the three-piece. The combination 2-3-2. 2-3-2. He's going to connect on 2-3-2 or 2-3-4 to the body. 2-3-4 to the body. Nah, 2-1-4. 2-1-4. We're going to call it 2-1-4. Bop, bop. Nah, or 1-2-4. 1-2-4 with the jab. Bop, right. Hook to the body. Jason Rosario. We're gonna call that combination plátano con los tres golpes, Mangu con los tres golpes. Ahí mimito, my friend. He's gonna hit Jamel Charlo Mangu con los tres golpes. Even before the fight, Guido, with J Rock, I was saying, yo, Plátano versus Philly cheesesteaks. Of course, Plátano's gonna win. People who have ate Plátano, y'all know what it is. That green Plátano is gonna have you duro, man. Whoever eat green Plátano in the morning, baby, you ready to go. I think Rosario Munguia would have been interesting too. Oh yeah, man, that would be interesting too. And you know what, man? Jason Rosario is a big boy, man. He's a big boy. And I'm gonna tell you like this: with that fight, man, the Charlo brothers, they gotta push that promotion. They gotta promote their ass off. I don't know. I mean, none of these guys speak good English. And Sergey Deverchenko or Jason Rosario. I hope Jason Rosario gets into his inner Mayorga. Get the tipo, okay? He probably hit. You think it's going to be easy today? You think I'm going to be easy? You think I'm going to just let go of the championship belt? Are you crazy? You're going to see Jamal Charlo always with his... Jamal Charlo always with them. Jason Rosario, este tigre con esa y ese tigre. What happened with your neck, you looking crazy, Hey, you better prepare. September 26. Okay, Plátano con los tres golpes coming for you, my friend. What he said? Plátano with the Trey Gloria pays? What the hell is that? You don't know. Okay, you're going to see, my friend. All right. It could be, right? It could be a bad night for the Charlos too. Sergey Deverchenko ain't no easy pickings as well. But you know what? I like what they doing. You see, step up fight. People are looking for Jamal Charlo to fight a good fight. Sergey Deverchenko was a good fight. Jamal Charlo's always stepping up. Jason Rosario is a good fight. Jason Rosario, Charles Hatley, Lubin, Trout, Harrison. Jamal Charlo, yo, look at his resume. Look at his last 5 fights. Dude is putting in work. I love his resume, and he got to get more credit than he deserves. And the beauty of it, y'all, I kept saying the beauty of it. The beauty of it, they haven't even mentioned the Fox lineup. So you got to give credit to PBC. They haven't even mentioned the Fox lineup. We're so interested and I think a lot of people here is content in the boxing world. A lot of people is content with what we saw from Showtime, PBC Showtime. But guess what? The Fox hasn't even come out. They taking over the fourth quarter of boxing PBC. But we also got to give respect to the guys that was on the front lines of this whole cold coronavirus. We got to give credit to the top rank. We got to give credit to the top rank because they held boxing down. Don't forget that. They are the essential workers of boxing. They are the essential workers of boxing. I want Jamel versus Harrington 3. Yeah, man. Me too. Me too. Me too, Brandon. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Yo, Loma still duck. Haney for a franchise belt. What are you talking about? Ducking Devin Haney? Get out of here. Come on, brother. Come on. Really? You want to go that route? Ducking? He's going for a unification bout, bro. Come on, dude. Haven't I spoken about this enough, brother boxing talk? Duck? Haney? So he's ducking a mandatory that's not an immediate mandatory to fight a undisputed bout, and you're talking about he's ducking? Come on, y'all. Yo, it does not make sense for people to go backwards in their career, okay? You don't say, oh my God, he ducked. It's almost like saying, yo, this is what you're saying right now, brother. Put it this way. Oh my God. It's like saying Earl Spence is ducking to unify with Sean Porter. He's ducking Carlos Ocampo for not fighting his mandatory. Ooh, come on, man. Come on, man. Really? I can understand if Lomachenko was fighting if he was fighting Gamboa or somebody like that, right? I can understand if he's fighting some tune-up and don't fight Lomachenko, don't fight Teofimo Lopez, or don't fight Haney. But you're saying he's ducking Haney because he's fighting a unification bout with Teofimo Lopez? That's what you call a duck? Get it together, boxing. Get it together, brother. Get it together. Punch, what you think about Edgar Berlanga? Ay, ay, ay. He's a monster, Dragon. Es un monstruo ese tigre. He's a monster, my brother. 14 wins, 14 knockouts, first round. Gosh, she's got loud. Damn. But you know, and this is what's sad. See? This is what's sad. As a matter of fact, let me tell people in. We talking boxing. Anybody to come up? There's new rule, punch run boxing. Anybody not talking about no boxing? Get the hush. Hush. You get the hush. Let's talk about these fights. Woo! Low, can I get water? Yo, God bless each and every one of y'all out there, man. Yo, Elvis Rodriguez too, man. You already know, man. The Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans was doing their thing last night. The 1-2 punch. The 1-2 punch. Dominican, Puerto Rico, that's a 1-2 punch right there in the community of Latino, Caribbean Latino, in Lato Manhattan or Lato New York. Edgar is becoming the king of the first round KOs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The dude is a big boy. The dude is strong. The dude got some pop in them hands. Yo. Guido.
¿Qué lo que hay, bro? ¿Qué lo que?
Guido, my boy. Guido.
Dime, mi hermano.
I'm chilling, my
boy. It's an interesting topic, brother.
Oh, yes. Smoke. What's good, Smoke?
What's up, baby? How you feeling?
I'm feeling
great.
What's
poppin', Smoke?
What's up, Guido?
Smoke? It's good, man.
What's up, Guido? The sun's still shining out here in the Bay. I don't know what's going on your side of the world.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo,
it's raining real hard on the East Coast. Yeah.
Black and Brown, what's good?
What's up, Punch? Get the smoke. Guido, what's going on?
What up,
homie?
B?
Yo, isn't it about time that we got some real content to talk about? I remember, man, I was talking.
Good, bro.
I was talking about we was messaging together, right? On Black, we was talking about it's about time that we got some good content, some good real official content. Boxing, we got some schedules to talk about. We got some fights to talk about, some legit matchup that's gonna happen, and no type of opinions or what we might see or what we might not gonna get. Yo, what's good, Radar? What's good?
What's up? What's cracking?
Yo, what's up with it? What's up with it? What's good, El Baba? What's going on, El Baba? Let's go, man. We ready to talk boxing, man. Big fights just announced. We got some great fights. My first question to Mr. Moonshine, let me kick it off. What do you think about these PBC fights? Charlo versus Jermell Charlo versus Jason Rosario and Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. Do you think this is really pay-per-view worthy? I think this pay-per-view flops.
I think it'll be a flop if it was, because I did a video about Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, and I thought it was just gonna be pay-per-view for that fight. Now this fight with the Charlo brothers, both of them, and it's a good fight at the same time. For them, if I want to understand the business of boxing, and I know there's not going to be a live gate, they got to get their money some way, somehow. You know, if we going to be some boxing fans and we're desperate for boxing, these are two fights that's actually good. 154, that's a legacy fight. Jason Rosario and Jamal Charlo is a legacy fight for Jamal Charlo and Jason Rosario. So that needs to get their proper respect. Also, Jamal Charlo and Sergey Derevyanchenko is a tough fight. You put them together, if they promote it well, like a Tony Harrison and Jamal Charlo going at it. I think they got to do a lot of promotion, but I will pay for the pay-per-view. Is it going to be a flop? Maybe.
I'll pay $100. I'll pay $100. I'll pay $100 to see this fight. These two fights. These are two fights the boxing fans been asking for. Been begging for these.
Who's been asking for Derevyanchenko versus Charlo? Who's been asking for that?
Everybody.
Specifically me.
Everybody.
Nobody's been talking about this fight. First of all, people have been talking about Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. The fight to make was Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade, unification bout, 2 undefeated champions. That's the fight that people want to see.
Who's Demetrius? I don't know about the fight. I think the fight that people may want to see may be Charlo versus Canelo. But like I said, like Andrade it was unproven at 160 at the time when everybody was talking about Charlo Duck, and that was the fight that needed to happen. I was at that time.
Demetrius Andrade's an undefeated champion.
At that time,
let smoke finish so I could hear everybody.
Yeah, at that time, I was like, Derevyanchenko is a more proven fighter. If for me, it takes more than just the belts to make the fight interesting. I want to see the fight happen, or I want to see organic, interesting matchups. Also, so I didn't need to see Charlo, a paper champ, fight Andrade, another paper champ, to create a unified paper champ. I want to see the two guys prove themselves as champs and then unify. That was been my entire argument, but the whole time. And I'm actually glad that the Derevyanchenko fight is happening. I'm not saying I would mind the Andrade fight, but I'm saying the Derevyanchenko fight is just as good.
Well, and I think first of all, Go ahead.
I agree with you, Smoke, on that one, and it made it very possible for people to actually be interested in that fight because of his performance versus Triple G. So I that's a tough fight, and to be honest, that's a 50-50 fight to me.
Well, I just want to say this. The Charlo Demetrius Andrade is a fight people have been talking about all of 2019. It's a fight that should have been made. Demetrius Andrade is an undefeated 3-time world champion in 2 different weight classes. I mean, Sergey Derevyanchenko only has 13 fights. He only has fucking 13 fights. And you talking about Triple G and Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko lost those fights. So you don't get no credit for losing. You took an L.
Yes, you do.
No, you get credit.
You do.
You get credit.
It depends on how you lose.
Yeah, exactly. You get credit for performances, and I say it a lot.
He beat Triple G,
and I say it
a
lot of my.
He fought his ass off.
Hold on. He lost though. He lost. He got knocked down in the first round, and he lost his fight. So there's no way, but Punch Drunk Boxing. There's no way that Derevyanchenko. It's no way that Derevyanchenko and Charlo is bigger than Triple G versus Derevyanchenko. There's no way. And that fight was on the Zone, a part of a $10 plan, $10 a month to watch that, or $20 a month $100 for the year. Instead of paying $100 for one fight, DAZN, you get $100 for the whole year. Watching Canelo, Anthony Joshua Usyk, Devin Haney, Demetrius Andrade, Triple G, Virgil Ortiz. This Friday's fighting.
But also, but also, they had a gate. This is what I'm saying. Yes, I'm not happy that it's gonna be pay-per-view. But if I want to understand the sport and where we at today and how they're gonna get paid and how these matchups are gonna get made, because we want to see these matchups. We don't want to pay no $70 for it, but we got to understand this is the only way you're gonna get Samson Promotion. You're gonna get on Rosario making a deal to fight Jermall Charlo right now. If it was not if it's not a pay-per-view, that fight is not gonna happen. If it's not, they need to get some money. They need to get some money because there's no gate. So in the end of the day, I will support a great fight. I will support a great fight. Look, okay. I said it in my channel. I will pay for Javier Fortuna and Linares just because I believe it's a good fight. I will pay for Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell because I think it's a good fight.
So it's about money. It's up to PBCs to put it on pay-per-view because they're trying to make money. Obviously, PBC is struggling right now. They're going out of business. They need pay-per-views all of a sudden. Oh my God, PBC is going out of business, guys.
Hey, Punch, real quick. I'm gonna jump off and jump back on because I'm having trouble. I can't hear you guys good.
Okay, so the issue that really
hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Are all PBC fights pay-per-view or just two pay-per-view fights, right? They also put on free fights. So if you're gonna do a platform to platform like DAZN to Showtime, sure, Showtime has 2 pay-per-view fights, and the rest of the fights I think are cool, but they're not pay-per-view worthy, and they're not charging pay-per-view. But you do still have to pay for your Showtime. That you get whatever Showtime program. If that's what you're into, I am into it. I have Showtime regardless, right? But I can understand if boxing fans are they just gonna plop down their money just for boxing in these fights. I think that the DAZN would be probably a better value proposition, but the DAZN fights aren't that great, right? So I think these fights are better. These fights that the Showtime this schedule that Showtime has rolled out is better so far than the schedule that the DAZN has presented.
What do you think about?
That's go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say, first of all, Charlo is not a pay-per-view star. Charlo just started doing he just started headlining main events, Mr. Moonshine, in 2019. He just started doing main events in 2019. Charlo is not a pay-per-view attraction. If Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder only did 800,000 pay-per-view buys, what do you think Charlo is going to do against Derevyanchenko during a pandemic? No more than 200,000 pay-per-view buys. This fight, Charlo versus Derevyanchenko, is not pay-per-view worthy. Triple G is way bigger.
Can I say it?
While I'm talking, brother, you could take your turn, bro. It's my turn right now. You know what I'm saying? Charlo is not a pay-per-view star. This fight is not pay-per-view worthy. PBC, they dropped the ball, Mr. Moonshine. I'm disappointed in PBC putting this fight on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Very disappointed. Go ahead.
And I want to ask something real quick, Punch. I don't think the Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis is a pay-per-view fight either. I'm surprised that shit was on pay-per-view. You know?
To me, that's disappointing.
If this is where the conversation is gonna go, then I mean, shit. But the dude ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I just wasn't trying to look at the fucking negative about the whole shit situation. I'm happy to get in some boxing. If they're gonna put on some good cards, hey, you got the money, you love boxing, pay for that shit. Or if you want to keep complaining and crying about it, go fucking cry about it. But it is what it is. If you want to watch boxing, pay the fucking money. If not, fucking watch it on YouTube afterwards or some shit.
And you know what? At this point, that's the way I felt. I mean, come on, we've been complaining for how long? For more than 3-4 months. We've been complaining about something. I mean, we got some boxing cards.
I think we need to. I think also it's not just the Charlo Derevyanchenko's pay-per-view; it's the entire card, right? Yes. You're getting both of those guys, right? It's the card that's pay-per-view, not just Charlo Derevyanchenko.
Exactly.
So who's both of those guys? Who are both of those guys?
Both Charlos are fighting.
Bro, we just seen both of the Charlos fight. We just seen both of the Charlos fight free on Fox. When Charlo fought against Tony Harrison and lost, and the other brother fought against Korobov, and he really got beat. So we just seen it on Fox for free. Come on, man.
But remember, to get these guys paid, that's what I'm talking about. We got to look at the business side. As much as we hate to look at the business side, we have to look at how they're gonna get paid. If there's no live gate, then pay-per-view is their way to actually, level that money out. That's the only way we're gonna see some good fights.
And also that free on Fox fight, the card that you're talking about with the Charlos did 2 million views.
Because it was on free television. What you expect?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're parlaying.
That's completely different than pay-per-view. Nobody's gonna buy this pay-per-view. It's gonna be a failure.
Three-belt unification. Unification.
It's gonna be a failure.
Three-belt unification.
Nobody's gonna buy it, bro.
Okay, it's gonna be three-belt unification fight.
Terrible, bro.
They're gonna buy it.
Nobody's gonna buy it. The Charlo, but nobody even knows Charlo. Nobody even knows the Charlos. Nobody knows Derevyanchenko. Only hardcore boxing fans do. You know what I mean? Charlo's never did a pay-per-view before. He just started doing main events. This is a terrible decision by PBC. That's why DAZN is winning. That's why DAZN is winning.
I think if we hardcore boxing fans,
wait, but what has DAZN done
fans, then we'll pay.
Hey, what's up? You ain't got $100. You can't pay the $100.
That's why DAZN is winning, bro. Nobody's gonna buy that shit, bro.
Hold on, one at a time. Hold on, one at a time. Let Kemar, Radar, Glenn, Avery, they haven't spoke.
Wait, how is DAZN winning?
You want me to go? Because he asked me a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
How is DAZN winning? Because DAZN is putting on the best fights in 2019. Triple G versus Derevyanchenko. Punch Drunk Boxing said it himself. What about Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz? The most talked about fight in 2019. You know what I'm saying? Canelo versus Kovalev. Superstar Canelo Alvarez is the last fighter to do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Him and Triple G. 2 times over 1 million.
Punch, he done hijacked your show, Punch.
I'm talking, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
You just cut me off, bro.
I don't give a damn what you talking about.
You said one at a time.
You talked the whole time. You've been talking the whole time.
The question.
Hold on, Black Brown. Hold on, Brown.
Yeah, he asked me a question, bro.
Yo, Ace, chill. Come on.
Hold on.
Nah, what you mean, bro?
You go, bro. You go.
Ain't nobody hijacking nothing, man. What I do, I give people their time to talk. Kemar, I told, Glenn, Kemar, Radar, let them talk. Kemar asked the question to H Money, so I'm gonna let them. He asked the question. Nobody hijacking nothing, man. I'm giving everybody their piece, so I could just shut it down and be myself. I mean, don't diss me like that.
I'm not cutting anybody off. I'm not doing that, bro. Don't be disrespectful. Respect the
man's
man's
straight to the topic. Come on.
So Kilmer asked me the question. DAZN put on the best fights. Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz 2 times. Canelo versus Kovalev. Canelo versus Daniel Jacobs. Triple G versus Derevyanchenko. Canelo is the last fighter to do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Mr. Moonshine 2 times with Triple G. That's the last fight. That's the last fight.
No, what I'm gonna say about that. The thing is what I'm gonna say about that, East Money, that we're in 2020 now. It's a whole different thing. Yes, okay. I said the zone. Yes, they took over to 2019. In my opinion. Yet this is 2020. The zone haven't put up a fight yet after the coronavirus.
It's Friday.
They're gonna have to
Friday, brother. Virgil Ortiz is fighting Friday. The zone is already putting on fights before PBC. The zone is putting on fights before PBC.
No, they are. They are. But at this point,
this narrative is old, bro.
It is old. At this point, I'm a boxing head, and I'm happy that I'm seeing a bunch of cards out here that we could. It's only 2 pay-per-views that they just mentioned. Now, we don't know what Fox is going to do after that. We got more cards left. We got Earl Spence. We got Danny Silva Garcia. We got these cards that Fox haven't even pulled out. So I'm already excited to know that we're going to see a bunch. We're going to see more scheduled fights that's going to come out that they're going to display. I'm happy. And we're hardcore boxing fans at this point. Hold on. Black or Brown.
Look, man, this narrative is already hella old, bro. And if you're going to sit here and try to pit Top Rank and ESPN and DAZN against each other, that's just a negative-ass vibe in boxing that's been fucking lingering around in boxing for the last 4 or 5 years. That's some old troll-ass shit. Appreciate the positive. Appreciate what we get. If you can't afford to buy the pay-per-view, Go fucking cry about it. Go to your uncle's house and watch it. Do something.
Yo, shut your bitch ass up, bro. Don't
You shut your bitch ass up. All you do is get on here and cry about
you're
shit.
black.
You're black.
Don't disrespect me, nigga.
Don't do this, man. We got a good topic, guys. Come on.
You're a hoe.
Whoa.
Let's go.
You're saying, go.
Yo,
The fight will be worth it after Rosario beats Charlo.
Okay, so if Rosario gets knocked the fuck out, it's not worth it.
No, I mean it'll be worth it after Rosario wins. I mean that's the guy I'm rooting for. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm paying the
get it.
price.
I mean, I get we have our personal preferences, but what if your guy loses? Does that mean that the fight wasn't worth it?
No, it's still be worth it.
I
Bro.
paid for Wilder Fury too.
Fight.
I paid for Wilder Fury too. I was rooting for Wilder. I watched that fight like 20 times after that. I felt like the pay-per-view was definitely worth it.
Glenn, what you think, Glenn?
I'm gonna let Raider talk first because he's the one that he was having some problems first. I want to respect him, but I definitely want to chop it up because I got my own perspective so far based on the topic. So I think you guys would be interested in that. But I want to respect Raider because he's been waiting to talk.
All right, Raider, and then Glenn.
Hey, thank you, Glenn. First of all, I want to start this to everybody on the panel. Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? How much is that fight gonna be? You know, if it's gonna be like $100, I don't think I'm gonna pay for that for $100.
Espinosa had an interview with Brian. What's his name? Brian Costa. What's his name?
The raw black dude. I can't remember. I don't know what his last name is.
Yeah,
Brian.
he was going live earlier today. And they asked him a question. He said the price is gonna be the same as the other pay-per-view. So of course it's gonna be in the 70-80 mark. He said it's gonna stay the same.
All right, yeah, that I'll pay for it because I've been saying for a minute. You know, I want the first male Charlo. He's been fighting fighters since he lost. You know, with the Harrison. You know, he wants to fight the fight. So that I have no problem with him. The problem that I have was with the other Charlo, Mal Charlo. He was fighting nobodies, basically tomato cans. You know what I mean? So now that when they ask me, hey, who do I want him to fight? I said anybody that's real competition. Deronchenko is competition. He's been in there with Jacobs, Triple G. A lot of people say he would beat Triple G. But yeah, man, that he's got the experience, and that's gonna be a good ass fight, man. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
but,
I think a lot of boxing heads are happy for that type of fight. Were they happy with the pay-per-view yesterday when it came out, when the report didn't come out, who's going to be fighting, what pay-per-view? Like I said, I even did a video thinking it was just going to be Jamar Charlo and Sergey Deverychenko. I said, hell no, that's not a pay-per-view fight. Bout. But then you got this legacy fight with Jason Rosario and a unification bout with 3 belts with Jamel Charlo. We don't even know who's the undercard on that. Is Boots going to be fighting in that undercard as well? We don't know. But you know what? I'm desperate. I'm a boxing head, and I'm going to pay for it.
Hey, who do you think is going to be the main event from the both Charlos? The unification, the 3-belt unification, or
should be Jamel. It should be the 3-belt.
I go with
nobody asked you.
I got yo, relax, man. Relax, H. Relax. I think it's Jamel Charlo and Jason Rosario. I think more's on the line. He promotes better than Jamar Charlo. I think he should be the main event in my opinion.
That's the other thing about.
I know they flipped the coin last time, right? To see who's gonna go first.
Yeah.
So the other part about the popularity of the fight, there's so many, because it's a double header. There's 2 other promoters involved. So you got Samson, who can take care of the Spanish-speaking community, and then you got Lou DiBella, who's an old hand at this. I'm sure Lou DiBella is still Deverynchenko's promoter, right? They didn't split. So you got, DiBella definitely knows how to pump up a fight. I think there's some great promotional heads around this.
And Smoke, he needs this more than any promoters right now because he's the one that's talking about that he might be out of business. So he needs this. He needs this. Glenn, go ahead, my brother.
Yo, so my perspective is kind of like in the middle because my thing is, yes, I've been waiting for some boxing for a minute, right? But me personally, I don't want to pay. And I trust me, bro. I paid since 2007 when it was De La Hoya versus Mayweather. I paid for every single Mayweather fight, every single Pacquiao fight, every single Cotto fight that was on pay-per-view, and I paid for others as well. But the thing is, bro, I'm not willing to pay $70, and I'm gonna give you a little example. This dude Bob Arum, Okay, he's a dinosaur. He's a greedy motherfucker and all that shit. But he's smart when it comes to boxing business. That's why he survived so long, whether we like it or not. And the man was saying that we need to get back down to like $30, $35 pay-per-views. And I feel like during this time we should be paying. So I would be willing to pay half of $70, but I wouldn't be willing to pay $70. I prefer to go to the wing house. You know what I'm saying? And buy some wings and beer and you know what I'm saying, some shots and shit, and enjoy time and probably spend a little more than $70, but I'll be chopping it up with my friends, you know what I'm saying, and having a good old time and getting food and drinks involved instead of coming to my house and paying $70 and buying everything on top of that. You know what I mean? So that's just me personally. I think that right now, if they desperate for money, because at the end of the day, the zone does have a better deal. You know what I'm saying? They have a better deal when it comes to that $100 per year, and they haven't shown anything though, but they're trying to come back. So now PBC is showing a great lineup, but the zone be slacking too on giving us exactly what they're about to show us in the future months. So I can't say that their cards are going to be better because we don't know yet. But Top Rank has been actually showing mad fights, bro. Like since the pandemic, as soon as everything opened up, they've been showing mad fights. So they've been putting in work.
So let's
that's
what
I'm trying to say.
So let me ask you this, Glenn. Do you think that a fight like Sergey Derevyanchenko versus Jermall Charlo or Jason Rosario versus Jermell Charlo, do you think that fight will happen if it's not pay-per-view? Do you think they make it happen? That's on the promoters and how deep their pockets are. But at the end of the day, if they wanted to do one at a time, right? Or if they even wanted to do the double header right now and charge half of what they charge, and that's okay. But if they wanted to do one at a time and do it for free and get the money from the sponsors, then okay. I understand that. But really, at the end of the day, when everybody even says that, the Charlos is ducking all the time, people saying, Charlos is ducking. You know what I'm saying? They want the fights, they say, but then they ducking. So then, I don't know how true that is. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in their camp, so I don't know how true that is. But that's word on the street, right? So if you get all of that, right, and then why am I going to pay for? They haven't shown me anything worth $70 of my money. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I feel you, but I think that
I agree. $35 pay-per-view would be nice.
It would be nice. It would be nice for the fans, and that's what I'm saying. Remember when we talk about, I always say PBC cares about Al Haymon. It's about his fighters. It's about his fighters getting paid. It's about that. He's not here for the fans, here for the fighters. And I believe that if we want to see Charlo fight great competition and challenge himself. That's what we always hitting that in the head. Yo, Charlo, come on, Charlo. Now he has some competition, but only these type of fights will only happen if it's pay-per-view. Yeah, we're gonna see Jermall Charlo, but we're not gonna see him versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. Yeah, we're gonna see Jermell Charlo, but we're not gonna see him versus Jason Rosario and do a cross promotion with Samsung Promotion. It's not gonna happen. That's why pay-per-view is there, so they could get money because there's no live gate. So I understand as a fan, I'm like, no, I don't want to pay the pay-per-view. But then if I want to understand the sport of boxing, the part that we just don't really like to understand or really care about, but we have to in this sense, we're not going to get the type of fights that we're going to give these credit. We're going to give these boxers the credit if they don't fight those pay-per-view fights and match them up with those challenging fights.
So if I may respond real quick, since that was directed at me, and then I'll leave it open to the panel. But my response to that is, okay, so he's thinking about business. I understand that, but Top Rank has been giving us free fights. So my dilemma is that okay,
but what are the good challenging fights? Hold
on. Well, my point is that if the PBC only wants to charge because it's a business, right? He's only a promoter. He doesn't care about the fans. He cared that was what you said. If he cares about the fans only, he doesn't care about that. Well, guess what? I care about my family and my kids, and I'm not giving that $70 to him. And that's my end. You know what I'm saying? That's my end game right there. You know what I mean? I don't care about So you need to convince me as the boxing pugilist why I need to pay $70, and I don't think that it's worth $70 to me. 35, okay. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even 40. You say 40, I push that extra $5. Okay, what you know what I'm saying? Like
we forget the mozzarella sticks at Arby's, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and throw the extra $5 to the fight. You know what I mean?
So
remember they used to be 40?
Yeah, exactly. When was the last time there was a $40 pay-per-view?
Yo,
like even Mike Tyson, Michael Spinks was $50, and that was like 30 years ago.
Well, but at the end of the day, but it makes more sense right now in the pandemic. Is the point? It's economically feasible. You have to understand the fact that it's not the same time. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen. I think that definitely will affect how many people buy it. Just for me, I don't mind paying for whatever. Like I watch boxing with my sons, and I don't want to hear them bitch about the fact that I paid for something that they don't want to, like, because they'll talk through like 3 rounds of the fight, bitching at me about how I paid for it, right? So I cleared with them which fights to pay for so that I can enjoy the entire card. And I'm pretty sure that Charlo is going to be all right.
Hey, but
here's the thing. I would rather pay $80 for Charlo than $20 a month for Virgil Ortiz versus whoever, or Ryan Garcia versus whoever, or Devin Haney versus Gamboa, or whoever the hell that the Zone's got going on that I don't actually care about the fight.
So my last point, real quick to respond to DTS.
Go ahead.
So in business, you either get money by quantity, right? Or a higher price point, right? So you get the lower price point for quantity, or you get the higher price point to get the bigger difference, right? The bigger I forget the word because I've been out of business for a minute, but you know what I mean? Like you understand what I'm saying? Like there's either a bigger profit, or there we go, profit margin, right? Or you get the quantity, so you get a smaller profit margin, but you still make more with the quantity. So I think in this case with no names. To the casuals, because I'm not saying to me there are no names. I've been following Charlos for years, but I personally am not going to be spending $70 for that fight. And I feel like if you threw it at $35, you would entertain more people, and more people will be willing to pay for the fight.
So
that's all I'm saying.
Is it about Charlo, or is it about the dancing partners? Because what I hear is more that I'm not paying because of Charlo, because of Jamar, and it goes by what Jamar Charlo, because Jamar Charlo is the only one of the brothers that people say that he's not fighting the type of fights that's challenging himself. Remember, it's
the quality. It's the quality of the dancing partner.
And that's what I was going with. I mean, like, I will pay because it is Sergey Derevchenko, Charlo versus Jason Rosario, and what's on the line. That's what I'm paying for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really about. It's not about what.
You're gonna be the only person, bro.
It's not about what Charlo.
You're gonna be the only person, bro.
I bet I won't be the only person, because we want to see these type of fights. Look. Put it this way. I understand we don't want to pay for it, but if we have to choose one thing for right now in this Corona pandemic or whatever we're going through right now, is either we want to see Charlo challenge himself and pay for it, or we'll see Jamar Charlo fight another so quote unquote tomato can, and people still gonna be mad about it. We're still gonna be mad about it. Either you pay for it, or Charlo doesn't fight a fight with Sergey Derevchenko and fights a tomato can. We still gonna be upset. I mean, at this point, I'm tired of being upset. I agree with Black and Brown. I don't want to be upset. At this point, I'm actually excited about these fights. I'm actually excited. I'm about to pay pay-per-view. F it. I'm about
to. I mean, you get Charlo on pay-per-view versus Derevchenko and Rosario, or you get the Maloney brothers on ESPN versus whoever those two got, Roman, Upset, and whoever the hell that other guy just beat up.
Joshua Franco, bro. Get the name right.
There's something to be said. There is something to be said for the quality of fights, not just how much the fight costs.
Hey, but you think this is beautiful marketing by Showtime and PBC for putting this fight out when there's garbage fights right now? And also
not only putting the fight out, but putting the schedule out too, Raider.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, like, there's a pandemic, right? So at the same time, there's no product out, but at the same time, people don't have money to be paying that product.
Well, maybe not right now, but we don't know how it's gonna be in September. Remember,
that's
we're
true.
in July right
that's
now.
True. That's true.
The fight is not next Saturday. The fight is September. We got kids. We still thinking about if our kids are gonna. I mean, the schools are open already, right? So, looking at things right now, things are gonna get back into some type of normality. I know the gate is not gonna be the same. They're gonna handle some capacity level that's gonna be altered, but that's the reason why, if we want to see some good challenging fights, look. Yes, Top Rank put up great, they putting up event. They're not putting up great fights. Yeah, but there's a reason why we're not going to see Bud Crawford, because he's only going to go. Bud Crawford is only going to fight a pay-per-view fight versus another guy. That's the only way he's going to get paid. That's the only way the other guy is going to get paid. They're not going to put no Top Rank and Bud Crawford fighting free in the bubble. They're not going to put Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez in the bubble. So,
hey, Punch. PBC just did something that they hadn't done, that Top Rank isn't doing, and DAZN isn't doing. Putting out a 3 to 4 month schedule, jam-packed with action. No other network
with
doing
pay-per-views.
That. And you gotta give them credit.
Hold on.
If you're gonna call out the negative shit, like I do when PBC does, then you gotta give them credit for the positive shit they do. You can't just you can't just be always calling out negative shit, because that's when you become a fanboy and a fucking hater. It's when you refuse to give a network or a fighter its due credit. Give the network its due credit. They're doing something great. Dropping the schedule the way they dropped the schedule like that was brilliant. It was brilliant.
I'm one of those guys that do critique PBC a lot. And you know what? Nah, I'm actually applauding PBC.
And they might take it this year too.
I'm applauding PBC.
Okay. You applauding the 2 pay-per-views that they doing, charging fans, bro? I mean, that's not right, bro. For fights that's not even that worthy of it. Charlo has never even came close to doing a pay-per-view. He's not a pay-per-view attraction.
It's not only about that, but that's what I'm saying. H is not only about that. You also got to understand that we're not going to see, at this point, we're not going to see no fighters that's supposed to be elite challenge themselves if it's not going to be a pay-per-view fight, regardless of whatever, regardless of whatever network you at. Top Rank is not going to put Loma and Teofimo Lopez, and it's not going to be pay-per-view. It's going to be pay-per-view. And you put it this way, I'm gonna get you right here, H. You said that Richard Comey beat nobody, right? I'm just gonna give you an example. I don't want to go at that, but I'm gonna give you an example. You said Richard Comey beat nobody.
Yeah, he's never beat anybody. All right, I asked you. You could answer it.
Wait. So then that means Teofimo Lopez ain't beat nobody. But why that fight is gonna be pay-per-view? Why Loma and Teofimo Lopez is gonna be pay-per-view?
Because that's the only way. That's the unification about Lomachenko's ranked pound for pound #1 in the world. None of those guys on that PBC card is even in the top 10.
But they champions.
And also, Loma's been ranked that way forever.
It's a lot of champions. Joshua Franco is a champion, bro. Plenty of champions. You got 6 belts in boxing. So just because you got a belt, it's okay to do a pay-per-view. At the end of the day, Mr. Moonshine, PBC messed up when they put these fights on pay-per-view because nobody is gonna buy.
But how about the zone though? They're charging $20 a month and they're not getting fights.
Is Charlo brothers a household name in boxing?
No.
In boxing, they're a household name.
Boxing, yes.
In boxing,
No, they're not.
In
they
boxing.
Haven't done
in boxing, I'm saying in boxing.
Who has Charlo beat? Who has Charlo beat? Jamal Charlo. Who has he beat at middleweight?
Boxing, Punch, they are.
Who has he been? I'm asking Punch the question. Who has Charlo beat at middleweight?
It doesn't even have to matter about who he beat. We know the Charlo brothers
hasn't beat nobody.
In-house. I'm talking about house. In boxing, is Charlo's a household name? In boxing,
no.
Yes, they are.
No,
the Charlo brothers.
No, he's not.
Names in boxing.
Let the panel answer. Let the panel answer.
You just start doing main events, my brother. No way he's
a big name in boxing.
He's not a household name. Nobody knows who Charlo is, bro. Nobody knows who Charlo. Only hardcore boxing fans.
But you already answered the question. You already answered the question. I just said it. In boxing, I'm not talking about casuals. I'm not talking about crossover success. You just answered it. You said Charlo's only known by hardcore boxing. So that's what I mean. Household name in boxing. Us hardcore boxing fans, forget about the casuals. Charlo brothers are household names in boxing. So
you probably should rephrase that though, because household is like casuals.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What I mean. Okay. So then I'll change. So give me a word to call it.
I don't know, to the hardcores. Are Are they a household to hardcore boxing fans? Probably.
No,
you just said the same.
Oh yeah, you're right. Huh? Yeah, you're right. I contradicted myself and shit.
Charlo, he was an
Yeah,
undercard
because
fighter,
household.
Who has Charlo beat at middleweight? Name one fighter. Charlo just beat Dennis Hogan, who came up from 154. Then he beat Brandon Adams, who came off the Contender Series, and he can even knock him out. He's been fighting a whole bunch of Uber drivers. All of a sudden, he fight Derevyanchenko. Now they want me to buy a fucking pay-per-view, man.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. All right, H. All right, H. Will you buy Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia pay-per-view?
Devin Haney, they fight on DAZN. They not on pay-per-view.
I'm asking a question.
That's not a real question.
But I'm asking a question. No. Would you buy a pay-per-view, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia?
Pay-per-view is dead. I don't buy pay-per-views no more. Pay-per-view is dead.
Okay, all right.
So, I will buy that shit.
When was the last pay-per-view that did 1 million pay-per-view buys? Canelo and Triple G, and they fight on DAZN. All the biggest names in boxing fight on DAZN, bro. And it's no pay-per-view.
Right.
PBC is struggling. PBC is struggling. That's why they're trying to charge people for pay-per-views, because they need money. They're going bankrupt. Okay. PBC is going out of business.
Okay, so here's the thing. And he touched on it. Right, I think in a few of these comments, pay-per-views are actually only supported by either casuals or supporters of that fighter. If there's a fight and you're not into pay-per-view, there are ways to still view the fights that everybody does. As a matter of fact, every single pay-per-view has more illegal streams than actual buys. So, but that's the money side of it. So so when it comes to fans get to watch the fights regardless if they pay for it or not, right? That's just the way that's just technology has cracked that particular code, right? So the idea that it's going to be a flop just because by pay-per-view buys, first off, pay-per-view buys is only one way that you monetize a thing. If pay-per-view was dead, then there wouldn't be so many pay-per-views. And also, this still is an entire card. I don't know how this became about Jamal Charlo.
Hey, but are you guys gonna buy the Tank and Leo pay-per-view?
Hold on, H. Go ahead, Ray.
Are you guys gonna buy the Tank and Leo pay-per-view? I don't think that's a pay-per-view.
I will.
No, that's what I just told Punch earlier. I don't think that's a pay-per-view at all.
I think Leo.
I don't think that's
look, pay-per-view. My definition of pay-per-view overall, my definition of pay-per-view always been is the mega fight should be on pay-per-view. The fights that the fans are calling for should be pay-per-view. Wilder versus Joshua, pay-per-view. Fury versus Joshua, pay-per-view. Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence, pay-per-view. Manny Pacquiao, good fight, pay-per-view. Canelo, a good fight, a Triple G fight. There wasn't with DAZN, but that's DAZN. But those are type of pay-per-view caliber fights, right? But it's not the same. This is what I'm saying. It's not about just the fans. It's about these fighters getting paid. If we want to see them challenge themselves in today's market in boxing with this pandemic coronavirus, you're not going to see the fights. You're not going to see them challenge themselves. It has to be pay-per-view so they both could get paid, because both of these guys are demanding this type of money. If y'all want to see a bunch of elite dudes fight tomato cans, those fights are going to be made. But then do not complain. Do not complain if they're not challenging themselves.
Hey, yeah, they're going to be on DAZN too. On DAZN for discount monthly fees.
Hey, Punch, but you don't hold on.
Let Glenn talk. I want to hear what Glenn has to say.
No, it was a one sentence. It was one sentence. It was a quick response. My thing is, then they should have signed a dotted line with Canelo. That's it.
Hey, but you don't think that on free TV on Fox they get paid with all that advertising money?
Radar, say it again. I'm sorry.
I'm saying you don't think they can get paid with Fox on free TV with all that advertising money? Because that's big money.
Maybe not. We don't know, right? That's one thing about the boxing that, and when it comes to this sport, now we do play the guessing game because they don't give us real numbers, right? Even the persons that's reported is not the money that they're getting paid. You understand what I'm trying to say? We're trying to figure things out. The way I'm looking at it, and I'm not saying that I'm right. The way I'm looking at it is that they need these pay-per-view fights when it's two household names, in my opinion, household names in the sport of boxing. I'm not talking about casuals, household name within the hardcore boxing fans. You're gonna get these two fights. There's no gate. They're gonna have to get some type of money in. That's what it is. It's either they take that pay cut or they got to look for another pipeline just to get these type of funds in. There's a lot of pay-per-view fights that happen that I don't disagree was a pay-per-view fight. I didn't think that Earl Spence versus Sean Porter was supposed to be a pay-per-view fight. Look what Sean Porter, his numbers did with Ugas. It was horrible. So, I mean, but it's a business, man. And if you're a boxing head, either you pay for it or either you don't.
I think they should write to Congress and try to get themselves some kind of bailout money. You know what I'm saying?
Get a little payback for boxing, man. The market has already provided a correction for this. Like I said, like there is streaming, right? Most people stream these fights. They don't need to go to Congress, and I don't need
don't be so serious, bro. I was joking,
there's
bro.
2 fights.
I was joking, bro. Don't take it so seriously,
I mean,
bro.
I get it. I got you.
Some of the biggest events are free.
Just let me finish my point. If I could just finish my last thought. Just let me finish my thing. What I was saying is that right. So there's more out of this schedule. There's more than just 2 cards that have been announced. So all of this attention on whether or not Jamal Charlo should be on pay-per-view or Leo Santa Cruz, I think takes away from the entirety of the schedule that was just released.
Yo, Punch Drunk, let me tap in. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glenn. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, I totally agree with Guido 110%. Like Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz, another fight that's not pay-per-view worthy. PBC is really dropping the ball, Mr. Moonshine. I want you to shed the light on this, my brother. Listen, we talking boxing now. Do you follow me? You know what I mean? Can we get a video exposing PBC for overcharging fans? You are the man to expose these guys.
Okay. As soon as all right. So what I'd like to know is who the hell who is interested in paying to watch Devin Haney fight Rosario? Who's interested in paying for that? Who is interested in paying for Ryan Garcia fighting Luke Campbell? Who's interested? Who would rather that fight be on free TV? Who would rather every single fight that's ever been on his own? Let me finish. Who would rather every single fight? I'm not done. Who would rather see every single? Who would rather see every single fight presented on DAZN on a free platform instead and save their money?
Yeah, I think.
Let me come in. Go ahead.
Hold on. I think. Yo, everybody in the panel, everybody in the comment box, everybody in boxing, we all want everything to be free, right? We all want everything to be free. But everything ain't free. That's all. I'm just saying at this point in time, it's all these fights pay-per-view. Put it this way. All these fights, there's only two pay-per-view fights that's actually mega worthy, right? That we could say, oh my God, that's a pay-per-view fight. And it'll probably be Joshua and Fury.
Okay, I just
Punch,
wanted to say this.
Punch, can I speak on the Leo Santa Cruz Tank real quick? Look at right now, Leo Santa Cruz Tank Davis, that ain't pay-per-view. But if you add in Gary Russell Jr., you add in Rolly Romero, you add in Chris Colbert, that's a pay-per-view. That's a pay-per-view.
You said Rolly Romero with 10 fights. You fucking idiot.
Who gives a fuck? He's a prospect. He's one of their best prospects.
Yo, but that's the same thing. That's the same thing as saying Jamal Charlo, Sergey Derevchenko, Jamal Charlo, Jason Rosario.
Yeah, and listen, no one is asking you to believe in the PBC month after month. They're putting on one-off events. You can buy the ones that you want and not consume the ones that you don't. I'm not locked into whether or not I'm not locked in to whether or not they're going to give me a good fight next month, right? You know, they're not asking me to pay for some future fight that they haven't even made yet.
Yeah, but I agree with Punch. It's got to be must-see TV for pay-per-view. It just can't be fucking Leo versus Tank. Ain't nobody called for that fight, though.
We haven't heard the undercard yet, though. But we haven't heard the undercard for that fight
that's true. I mean,
the main event is garbage. What you think that the undercard is going to be, man?
Nobody called for none of these fights to be pay-per-view. Nobody called for Spence and Mikey that fight to be a pay-per-view. Nobody called for a lot of these fights to be pay-per-view. You feel me? I mean, then it's just up to the fans to buy the pay-per-view or not. Put it this way. If the fans want their voice to be heard, then don't buy the pay-per-view. Let them flop.
Punch, you 1000% right with that one. That's exactly what I was trying to say. It's that you're right. It's up to the fans, and that's why I'm not going to support it, because I don't feel like it's pay-per-view worthy unless it's a lower price. If there's a lower price point, then I'll support it. I'm not saying that it's not going to be a great fight. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's worth watching. I'm happy that they signed on the dotted line with those fights, but now you tell me that because they signed a dotted line, I got to pay $70 for it. Now, as a smart person myself, I'm like, yo, oh shit, I'm not paying those. I'll go to the wing house, bro. Like, I'm not gonna pay that shit. I'm not gonna invite people to my house, because if I invite people for a $70 fight, when you come in, you're gonna have to drop something in the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to drop some $5, $10. You know what I'm saying? Bring some drinks, bring some food. You know what I mean? Like, you're not coming to my house. You know what I mean? To watch the fight and not dropping something if I'm dropping $70. Hell nah. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to say. So you just hit the nail on the head right there with your comment, because I agree with that 1,000%. It's got to be worth it, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, as a fan, am I willing to pay that? No, so I'm going to protest and not pay for it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I was saying from the get-go.
Hey,
you know
Glenn, that's mandatory. Anytime you go to a party or somebody's house, you bring beer. That's Mando.
You know what I'm saying? You bring something, you know what I mean?
And you drop something in the hat,
that's
too.
Mando. That's for sure Mando.
Yeah.
What about, go ahead, H.
Yep.
Yo, I just want to say, Get the Smoke mentioned Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has over 6 million followers on Instagram. That's more than both of the Charlos combined with Sergey Devianchenko and Jason Rosario. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who Ryan Garcia is. Ryan Garcia is more known than Charlo, both of the Charlo brothers combined. You know, don't run, get the smoke when I put that heat on you. You know what I mean? Don't evacuate the building when I put that pressure on you. But I just want to say this. I am the boogeyman.
He's back.
Hey, I am the boogeyman. Hey, I just want to say this real quick.
You like disco?
I totally agree with my brother Glenn Avery. Hold up. I totally agree with my brother Glenn Avery. He had a great point. Yes, Mr. Moonshine, a lot of people won't buy this pay-per-view, and I'm happy to bring it to the light. You know what I mean? I'm happy I was the one to say it, and I see a lot of people agree with me. It's not pay-per-view worthy, and this will flop. PBC will flop once again.
Right. So I would just right. So you mentioned Ryan Garcia's his social media following, which reminded me how DAZN put on two guys who weren't even fighters at all. All they were was social media guys, and that's also behind a paywall. My point is, there's a quality of fight to also be. I got you.
You watched it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. But there's a quality of fight that also.
Everybody watched it though.
Okay, everybody. Okay, cool. I don't know whose name is everybody, but I didn't interrupt you. So stop interrupting me.
Blue blood.
I got you, but LGBT on mute. Can you just let me finish my thought? No, I did not interrupt you at all. Right. So let me just finish my overall thing. If you feel like because a guy has a lot of social media followers, that translates to he has a lot of people who are willing to watch him fight, then I think you need to look at the numbers for how long he's had all of these media followers versus how many people actually show up to his events or actually tune in to watch him throw a punch or get punched in the face.
Well, I don't have to do that. Ryan Garcia is way more known than Charlo. Charlo is a guy who just started doing main events. He just started doing main events in 2019. Now, all of a sudden, they were trying to put him on pay-per-view. It's ridiculous. PBC out here overcharging fans $100 for bullshit ass pay-per-views that nobody's gonna buy. Mr. Moonshine,
I agree, but the thing is, I agree with that sentiment that these are not pay-per-view caliber fights. I agree. That's why it's up to you to buy it or don't. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I understand.
Yeah, and the market already has it. What
I'm saying is I understand why it's a pay-per-view fight. It's not a pay-per-view fight. I understand why they had to make it a pay-per-view fight. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, can we get a video about you talking about this? Is this pay-per-view worthy? Let's see what the fans' reaction will be. Let them take a poll. Let's take a poll, bro.
Well, you saw the Jamal Charlo when I did the Jamal Charlo and Sergey Devianchenko one. I did a video.
Oh, you did a video, but did you talk about like is it pay-per-view worthy?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, for sure. Appreciate that, man.
I did it yesterday.
Keeping it real. I appreciate you keeping it real. But Mr. Moonshine, Glenn agrees with me. Guido agrees. These fights aren't pay-per-view worthy. You know what I mean? And You know, we just got to talk about everything, bro. You know what I mean? We got to keep it real.
And just to clarify, what I'm saying is that at a lesser price point, right? You know what I'm saying? Like at a lesser price point, I would be intrigued to watch it because it's a doubleheader, right? But and only because it's for unifications. Now, however, for $70, hell the fuck no, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. For $70, no. Half that, then okay, you got my attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I watch every fight. I fucking paid. Just my subscription was ended with Sling yesterday because I got smart TV, so I don't even like have cable. You know what I'm saying? I just whenever there's a fight that I want to watch, I'll fucking purchase the app. You know what I'm saying? And so yesterday, for the fights yesterday, I had to pay to renew my subscriptions to Sling like $60-something, right? Just to watch it for free, but it wasn't free because I had to pay for my subscription. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to do things like that. It's not like I support boxing. Right, but at the end of the day, man, like if it's for one specific fight to go on one specific app, nah, bro, you're not gonna get $70 out of me for one thing. You know what I mean? I gotta be able to see everything throughout the whole month.
I feel you, brother.
That's all I'm trying to say, bro.
I feel everybody.
I agree with Glenn. You know,
I feel everybody that's saying that is not pay-per-view is not pay-per-view worthy. What I'm saying is, they're forced to do the pay-per-view to compensate of no gate for their fighters to get money. That's all I'm saying. It's not about me liking it or disliking it. It's about me understanding it. There's some things in life that we don't like, but we got to understand why certain things have to happen. If it's not pay-per-view, we're gonna see these fighters not fight the fights, and we're gonna start criticizing them because they're not fighting them challenging fights. Those fights is not gonna happen right now if it's not pay-per-view. That's what I'm saying.
Can I ask a question? Does anybody remember what the co-main event was? Does anybody remember what the co-main event was for Triple G?
I was just talking, bro.
No, actually, I was just talking.
Hold on.
I didn't cut you off.
Hold on.
You've been talking the whole time.
No, I haven't been talking the whole time. And right. So, does anybody remember the co-main event to Triple G Canelo?
No.
Was it Virgil Ortiz?
No,
Virgil
I don't know.
Ortiz, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I can look it up. I was literally asking a question. Does anybody remember?
Part two.
Because I certainly don't.
Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz versus who?
No, I don't know. Oh, was this a sarcastic question? I'm just trying to answer you.
No.
No.
My point was that it's about a card, not about the fight. Like so, if Triple G Canelo, that was a pay-per-view because those two guys, they achieved a bunch in the sport. But what did the rest of the card look like? Right, so all you're getting in that one pay-per-view, all you're getting in that one pay-per-view. Okay, I got it. I got it. What I'm talking about is you being on mute while I finish my point. So right. So if you feel like the one Triple G Canelo fight is worth more than two guys fighting for a bunch of champions, right? There's more belts on the line. There's more high stakes. I feel like more bang for your buck versus one star-studded affair at the top. If you get two decent fights out of it, right? For the same price or even lower.
Smoke, but that only goes for mostly the boxing hardcores. The one that runs the business is the casuals, and if you have a lot of fans, then they're gonna buy it. Canelo's got a grip of fans,
but it's also
I get that. I mean, I get that, but I also understand casuals. Sure. Right, casuals show up for knockouts, right? But casuals are not about following Canelo. That's a different thing. That's Canelo's built-in fan base, not necessarily people who are going to be attracted to a boxing match that don't watch boxing, right?
But it's about supply and demand. You know what I mean? Canelo. My bad. Go ahead.
I kind of disagree with that because you're talking about a Mexican, right? And when it comes to the Mexican fan base, that's a big ass fan base right there. But I digress. I'm gonna let whoever want to talk.
No. I was gonna jump right after Rado when he said supply and demand. Supply and demand. That word, right? That phrase, supply and demand. Now let me ask a question. Are we demanding for Jamal Charlo, to challenge himself versus a great opposition? Are we demanding that?
Yes.
That's supply and demand, whether people like it or not. If you're demanding it, hey, then that means they could do a pay-per-view and they could demand that fight so you could pay for it.
Right. Correct.
But Devianchenko's not a champion, bro. He only has 13 fights. He's not a great fighter.
No, he got it. The thing is, Sergey don't have that much fight because he did his thing in the amateur circuit. He did a great. The thing is, it's not about winning or losing. That I always say that on my channel is about how you win, how you lose. It's the fight that he put up against Daniel Jacobs, the fight that he put up against Triple G. That's what it is.
Okay, let me respond to Get the Smoke, Dave Chappelle looking ass real quick. First of all, I just want to say this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Canelo versus Triple G did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Charlo is not going to do nothing close to that. No, who was on the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury Part 2? Who was the co-main event on that? You know what I mean? Since you want to mention co-main events. And guess what, bro? Nobody's going to buy that fucking pay-per-view. And you mentioned fucking the YouTubers on the zone. But guess what? Wasn't your LDBC generals, wasn't they the ones doing fucking live streams on the KSI Logan Paul fight? Wasn't they doing it? So what the fuck are you talking about, Dave Chappelle?
That's a good point, H Money. I mean, we're talking about.
Weren't you just throwing up the LDBC?
Hold on.
Weren't you just throwing up the L?
Hold on, Black and Brown. Fuck? I mean, we couldn't remember. We couldn't remember 2 years ago a fight with Canelo, but we can remember just a couple of months ago with Tyson Fury, the co-main event.
The thing is, we can't compare pay-per-view today and pay-per-view pre-coronavirus. You can't compare that. Do you think that UFC would have made 1.8, 1.3 million with Masvidal? Do you think it would have happened?
Probably not.
If it wasn't for coronavirus? No. So now Showtime is probably looking at it like, you know what? Let's do the pay-per-view right now. We probably gonna, if you look at the numbers, there's people at home willing to pay for this pay-per-views. You don't know the business strategy that these guys are dealing with at the same time.
That's a different sport, though. That's UFC. But boxing is a different sport than UFC. And one thing about it, bro, Jorge Masvidal did pay-per-views with Nate Diaz before, and Usman did pay-per-views with Kobe Covington. So now you got Charlo, who's never done a pay-per-view. Derenchenko never did pay-per-views. It's gonna fail, man.
But
it's completely flop.
But what I'm saying is this is on a week, less than a week notice that people was out there. Remember, we're struggling. America is struggling, but they made great pay-per-view numbers. People bought it, and they barely promoted that fight. So they barely spent on promotion. People still buy it. Put it this way: I think that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, if they would have done the pay-per-view right now, would have been in the millions. With this coronavirus.
I mean, we can fantasize all the time. You know what I mean? We can definitely fantasize about what might happen, but we just know the facts that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 2 did only 800,000 pay-per-view buys, and Canelo versus Triple G did 1.2 million. You know what I mean? And they fight on the zone. So the pay-per-view in boxing, the landscape has completely went away. Pay-per-view in boxing is no longer relevant. You know what I mean? Since the zone came to the table, taking the biggest fighters like Canelo, Triple G, the last fighters to do 1 million. You know what I mean? And now you got Charlo, who just started doing main events. All of a sudden, he's on a pay-per-view. It's going to be, bro, a big mistake on PBC. And it's a shame that they got to overcharge these fans so they can pay their fighters because they don't have any money. You even said it, Mr. Moonshine. They doing it for money to compensate their fighters. PBC is going out of business. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Moonshine.
No. I don't know if they're going out of business, but they got to do it to compensate their fighters. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's a ridiculous idea that, like, how do you think they compensate their fighters? Out of their own pockets?
So you got to overcharge fans so you can pay your fighters? Because you guys don't have the money?
Who says they're overcharging the fans? Who says they're overcharging the fans? Who said they're overcharging the fans?
Well,
exactly. PBC do. My bad. Go ahead.
Espinoza had an interview like 2 hours after the announcement came out. He was talking about that the price is going to be the same. They asked him a question. He said the price is going to be the same. So the price, if he's talking about that, he's probably talking about the same price of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So that was what, $80?
I hope he's wrong. I hope he's lying about that because that's the whole point. Like, so we I guess this whole argument is based on that, assumption. And I hope he's wrong. Like, he's not like being factual about that as far as $70, $80, because that's my whole thing. Like, I know, I miss boxing just as much as you guys, man. I'm on your channel every single time. I'm probably like one of the first 5 people on everybody's channel when they open up their channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting for some live boxing talk, bro. I'm waiting for that shit, bro. I'm like thirsty. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But at the end of the day, I can't lie to myself and say, yo, I'm gonna pay $70 for some shit that I don't feel like it's worth $70. You know what I mean?
But PBC does gotta step their game up in as far as the undercards. That's for sure, though.
All right. Put it this way. Look at Bud Crawford. He don't sell pay-per-view. He does horrible numbers. If he goes to his next fight versus Kell Brook, let's say, is that pay-per-view worthy or not?
I'll pay 35, but if he now you put on Errol Spence, I'm gonna pay 70. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
because
you know,
that's
quality to me.
But they don't even.
You're damn right about it.
They don't crack above 400,000.
Punch. Let me say it like this. What about if Errol Spence fought Brook, or they did fight actually? But I mean, was that pay-per-view worthy?
It depends.
It was on Showtime.
In the UK.
That was on Showtime, bro.
No, I know, but I'm saying if it would have been pay-per-view, would have been pay-per-view worthy. And we're talking about Bud.
I mean, it depends.
Not at that time,
because Errol Spence just came. I mean, Errol Spence wasn't.
No, I'm saying, like, say now, if they were to fight, they never fought. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
right
trying
now.
to compare it. Yeah, I'm trying to compare if Bud fought Brook to Spence fighting Brook.
At this point, I'll pay for it because the way boxing is right now, I will pay for it. That doesn't mean I'm happy to pay for it. I'll just want to see the fight. That's all. It's not about. It's not about the. To me, it's not that I understand. I understand that people don't want to pay for the fight. I understand that, but I understand why again the pay-per-view was made. And
I don't think people realize that you get like tens of millions of illegal streams every pay-per-view fight. Like, if you look at these guys, there are way more people who download the fight illegally than actually pay to watch the fight. The market has already spoken when it comes to this stuff. It's not about whether or not you're going to pay for the fight. It sounds like whether people just need to justify the fact that they don't want to pay for it. But we already know that, right? Nobody's a big enough fan of these fighters on this panel. Nobody's a big enough fan of these fighters to just shell out money regardless of who they fight.
Yeah, that goes for everything though. Too, Smoke. You know what I mean? That goes for anything that's not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that's why they're saying the pay-per-view model's dead, because their favorite fighter can't draw pay-per-view numbers. However, pay-per-view isn't dead because they keep doing pay-per-views, and these guys keep going to the well, even though most people are legally downloading it. So they still feel like there's some benefit to them, just because the fans may not understand what that benefit is. That is still a goal of theirs.
And even Showtime.
Pay-per-views are flopping, bro. Nobody's buying these pay-per-views. And why none of these pay-per-views are doing $1 million?
But
none of these pay-per-views are doing $1 million.
Probably $1 million is not what they're looking for.
Yo, what's going on, Punch Drunk? What's going on, bro?
Mayweather was doing $1 million. If Oscar De La Hoya did $1 million, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson.
Hold on, H.
Canelo did $1 million. Wait, Mr. Moonshine, Canelo did $1 million. What about these PBC fighters? Why they can't do $1 million? Hold on. PBC fighter can do $1 million.
But maybe that's not the one. You got to understand that's not what they're looking for. You got to understand what's the ceiling when they put up this pay-per-view. I don't think they're going. Hold on.
It ain't about the ceiling. It's about crossing the breaking point, bro. Which the breaking point most of the time is 300,000.
Exactly. That's sometimes their ceiling. They're probably looking at it like, okay, maybe yo, what's good, Johnny? Good looking out, man. Good looking out. Thank you for the donation, my brother. Got it.
They're looking to cover the projection, is what you're saying.
Exactly. If my ceiling is, yo, I'm gonna go into business and my profit, I want my profit to be you know what I'm saying, like 450,000 buys. I'm not looking at the profit that Mayweather did or Canelo did or whatever. This is what I'm doing this for, and what's in the pot. You got to understand, not everything is projected to beat a record or whatever. Don't think that when they did pay-per-view with Sean Porter and Earl Spence, we're in it to beat Floyd Mayweather's record. That's why we're going to do the pay-per-view. Nah. You don't know what type of money they invested, that they're going to get back, and things of that nature. That's the thing that we just can't understand about boxing, because they're secretive about, all that type of cash flow.
Well, when PBC had Floyd Mayweather, their goal was to do 1 million pay-per-view buys. All of a sudden, it's no longer a priority to do 1 million pay-per-view buys.
Yo,
because they don't have any. Go ahead, Glenn.
My bad. Because I was trying to talk, but then I was on mute and I realized it and you jumped in. But what you call it? What I was trying to say is because this is what I was talking about earlier, the profit margins. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. So do you sell more expensive fights and get less buyers, or do you sell it at a lower price point, right? Get a lower profit margin and get more sales? And that's what I was talking about earlier. You know what I mean? And that's a great question that you just posed to everybody. So I mean, like really, so I'm not paying $70, but if you put it at 35, even 40, you know what I'm saying? And not even lying, bro. Like if you put it at 45, bro, and I'm not being a cheap dude. Like somebody joked about me dragon leg in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being a cheap dude. It's just facts, bro. I need to see what I'm paying for. And so I think that it's a great double header, and that's what intrigues me about it. But I don't think I'm paying $70 for that, bro. I go to win.
Yeah, but I'm sure you waste money on worse things than a great fight, bro. So why not put it in the money? If you got the money, put in the money, bro, to buy this great great pay-per-view and support the sport of boxing, bro. Because it's also about supporting the sport of boxing.
Well, yeah, of course. That's why I'm here all the time. Like, I understand that. You're not telling me nothing different. I've been doing this my whole life. I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that if I go...
Hold on, bro. Just chill out.
Hold on, no.
Why you putting your time out, though? Punch, what's up with that, bro?
Hold on. So if I go to the store, can I finish my point?
We're talking boxing, bro.
Yeah. So if I go to the store...
I haven't even said nothing. What you mean? They don't treat these white folks different, bro. You know what I'm saying? People been trolling me all day in the chat. I didn't say shit. They didn't get timed out.
Come on,
no white man
Hold on, chill out, Glenn.
Chill out.
No. Actually, I'm trying to talk. Hefe, bro. You just jumped in, bro. So stop talking about who needs to talk, bro. You need to wait your turn and let me finish my point.
Chill out. I'm just saying, chill out.
You chill out, bro. You chill out, bro. You chill out.
Yeah, get to the point, Glenn. Don't listen to him, Glenn. Get to the point.
Hold on.
Dick, Hefe, bro. All the fucking time I'm trying to talk, he keep talking. Shut the fuck up, bro.
No, hold on. Shut the fuck up, bro. Who the fuck you think you're speaking to, bro? Hold on, bro.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Like, hold on.
Chill out, bro.
Johnny boy, you a bitch. Johnny boy,
chill.
Johnny boy, fuck the training.
Yo, I'm gonna time y'all out, man. They ain't gonna be talking about no boxing. And even though y'all disagree when somebody says, yo, but this shut the F up or this is gonna start this, y'all gotta be grown men here, man.
Yo, I've been a grown man with everybody for like an hour now, bro. Like I always am, bro. So if somebody starts talking about me when I'm talking, he interrupted me to tell me to shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like who are you to be telling me to shut up? You know what I mean? I can just chime off. If you want me to chime off, I'll be a man and chime off myself.
No, it's not even about being time off. The thing is, when a lot of people is talking, I can't even hear. So I can't even hear somebody saying "shut up." I only hear the snippets when everybody's talking at the same time.
I've been talking with everybody here, though. Everybody here. I've been giving. As a matter of fact, Raider had to speak. I let him speak first.
No, I understand. No.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how respectful I am.
Glenn, listen to me. Glenn, listen to me. Glenn, listen.
Yo, Glenn, chill. I got you, Glenn, chill.
Glenn, listen to me. When you got the floor, right? And then you start talking, we good. But then if you're gonna be like, yo, but I need this dude to shut the F up, then he's gonna talk and then it's gonna go back to that stuff. You understand what I'm trying to say? He's gonna engage.
You know what? I get it. Hold on.
Let's just keep it respectful, bro.
I get it. All I'm gonna say is,
my boy, Glenn.
You see, I'm not able to speak now, so I'm not even able to finish my chat.
Glenn, hold on. I'm just saying, let's let it go. Let's start all over. Come on, guys. Let's let it go.
No, wait, I got a question for Mr. Moonshine, bro. People in the chat calling me crackheads.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, man.
You didn't time none of them folks out when they calling me a crackhead, though, bro.
Come on, man. You see,
I just asked you a question, bro.
Yeah, but Glenn was talking, and I want to talk about boxing, bro.
You put me on
punch.
Because
motherfuckers calling me crackhead in there. Soon as Johnny Boy come in there, you want to time people out and shit.
Yo, go ahead.
Punch, can I ask you a question?
You a bitch.
Oh
Johnny
my
boy.
God.
You a pussy. Bitch ass white boy. I'll beat the fuck out you.
Hold on.
Well, that's crazy that your money. Come on, dude.
You a bitch. Fuck the training. Nigga, Johnny Boy be cracking in there. Soon as Johnny Boy come in there, you want to talk people out and shit.
Yo, go ahead.
Punch, can I ask you a question?
You a bitch.
Oh my God.
You a pussy.
Yeah.
White boy. I'll beat the fuck
That's an echo.
Hold on. Somebody got to turn their echo. Johnny boy.
I wanted to ask everybody what y'all thought about the fight yesterday. Damn.
I want to hear about Glenn. I want to hear Glenn finish his thought.
Yo, Glenn, I'm back. Damn, man. Yeah, damn.
Because y'all don't
let Punch speak, bro. Go ahead.
Y'all don't like things. Y'all don't.
Can we talk about what happened?
It's like y'all don't want to. Put it this way, man. This is human, man. We humans here. If I be like, yo, all right, yo, let me talk. But yeah, shut the F up. But then it's just gonna elevate. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Hey, Punch, all that profanity.
That's facts, bro. Because it's almost like you're starting shit by telling somebody shut up, bro. Glenn could have told me, oh, bro, let me finish speaking. I would have let him, bro, or something similar like that. But when you're calling somebody to shut the fuck up, bro, that's disrespectful, and that's very a serious thing, bro.
Messing up the whole shit,
because you didn't let him talk. What the fuck you talking about? You didn't let him talk,
Guido, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.
I'm gonna drop a great lie on your ass, boy.
Watch your mouth, bro.
You fucking with me. I got some shit that you don't know, boy. So I'm inviting you to behave.
Hold on, Guido.
No shit, bro.
Yo, everybody, y'all could do it in the comment box, bro. Y'all could do it in the comment box. Y'all could do that in the comment box, right? But don't be in the panel. Or do it, man. Get each other's emails or something, man. Everybody go out there and fight already, man. Y'all only talking shit over here in the fucking YouTube. None of y'all niggas gonna do shit to nobody. Everybody shut the fuck up, yo. None of y'all niggas gonna do shit. Y'all all live in different fucking states. Stop being a bunch of pussies, all of y'all. Go ahead, man. Let's talk.
All right,
boxing,
well, let's
man.
fucking let's talk some boxing.
Hey, hold on real quick.
Let's talk about Haney. Let's talk about Haney.
Hey, hold on. Let's go around the panel and see who's gonna buy Tank versus Leo, real quick. Oh no, not Tank Leo. No, I'm talking about the Charlo fight.
I will start here.
For $70. For $70.
I'm buying it.
I'm buying it. Black and Brown's buying that shit for $100.
Kelmer's buying it.
I got you.
I'm probably buying the Charlo fight. I can imagine that my sons will probably not protest about Tank or the Charlos.
Yeah. So who do you got in the fight? No protest. Who do you got in the fight?
I got Rosario and Germán Charlos winning the fights.
I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think I would certainly buy it. It's an interesting matchup between a power puncher like Tank Davis and a pressure fighter like Leo Santa Cruz.
So everybody's buying it then?
Yeah, it's a great fight, man. I think a lot of people are buying it.
What do you got winning?
I got Tank Davis by knockout.
Anyhow, Punch. Hey, bro, don't forget out of line on my mainstream, bro. I swear I'll slaughter all y'all niggas, bro. I promise you.
Yo, Johnny, we like.
Hey, Johnny, chill out, bro.
I'll box every single one of y'all.
Chill out, bro. You're gonna get the stream deleted, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Yo, you see, that's what I mean. Yo,
I got you, Punch.
I know. We could do this boxing talk, man. I mean, yo, put it this way. When the shit gets boring, we got nothing to talk about. Boom, go at it. But we having a good conversation about boxing for 2 hours.
Let's talk the fights. Yeah. Let's talk them fights, bro.
Johnny, what do you think? What do you think about PBC and their lineup?
You know what? Because I like the whole lineup. I like Donito Donaire and Ubali. I like fucking Lipinets and Kakarov and all that. See, let me say this one thing. That's the next step we need to the big stuff. We need Canelo Smith. We need Teofimo Lomachenko. We need this, that, and the third. This good step in the right direction. You know what I mean? So that's all I have to say. I like Donaire Ubali. I like the Charlo sisters. Actually,
brothers.
Yo, hold on, Johnny. Let me answer this. Punch, mute everyone that let Smoke talk. First, that's what I would say. The guy, yo, I don't feel like I need to mute grown men. You feel me? I feel like we all should be. If one person is talking, the next dude talk, and I don't feel like I need to mute people. You understand what I'm trying to say? I don't feel like I need to block and do all that stuff. You feel me? I understand the guy. I understand you. But yo, come on. I don't feel like I need to mute anybody, man. Just keep it boxing. Disagree all y'all want. You know, there's gonna be a time. There's gonna be a time we could all troll, right? I'll give it up. I'll open the lines up for troll. But right now we having great boxing talk, and I feel like, yo, we're not even hitting into the middle of it. There's a lot of things to talk about, you know?
Hey, Glenn, real quick. My bad for cutting you off earlier, my boy. I just wanted to change the conversation and talk boxing. Just wanted to get that out there.
No, you good, Raider. I wasn't pissed off at you, bro. I was just pissed off at you know what I'm saying? Like the whole way that I was trying to make a point. Everybody was interested in the point. You know what I mean? And then I got cut off because some bullshit happened on the side, you know, and then, you know, everything transpired after that. Everybody, you could rewind this on his live and see what happened. And I was literally trying to just make a point.
Nah, Glenn, what I was trying to tell you, Glenn, is when you make it a point, but then at the same time, you'll be like, yo, shut the F up. I feel you to shut the F up, but then it brings.
There was a lot of people talk. But there was a lot of people talking. What you missed was the dude that I was referring to. I'm not going to mention his name. Told me, yo, shut up and let this dude talk. And I said, shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, come on, man. Like,
hey, bro, you all I'm saying, bro, you gotta be more respectful when you're cutting people off, bro. You can't just be cutting people off, bro. Because H Money was speaking, bro.
When a person's making a point and you cut them off like you just did right now, that shows the lack of education you have on etiquette. Okay, because I'm having the conversation. You're not. No one was responding to you. Nobody was talking to you. So you can't interrupt me and then get mad because I interrupt you after that. You see what I'm saying? That just doesn't work like that, bro.
Yeah, but you be having long ass winded questions, bro. You go into this whole rant, bro.
Then if you don't like it, then don't listen. Don't listen. But we were having long-winded dialogue,
bro. What's
and I
wrong
had
with
the
you, bro?
less-winded conversation for an hour and a half. You see what I'm saying? But you're interrupting. You know what I mean?
Hey.
That's what it is. Johnny boy, don't clap your hands on me, bro. Come on, man. Come on.
I'm not clapping my hands on you, homie. Hey, I'm not gone, brother. I'm not clapping my hands on you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I'm not clapping my hands on you. I'm trying to look after my man's stream over here. Let's talk boxing, bro. You fucking.
We were before you came in. That's what interrupted the whole thing. We were talking. I was actually trying to make a point. Now I don't even remember my point. So now everybody is less educated. You know what I'm saying? With that point that I had, because every time we have a conversation, we have great dialogue and we build each other up. You see what I'm saying? But now everybody lost that. You know,
let's keep going with the dialogue.
It was drama way before Johnny came on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Let's keep talking about the boxing. I like all y'all inputs, man. I respect all y'all inputs when it comes to boxing. You know?
Yeah, but I want to ask you a question, bro, because I'm sure H Money can respond. But why did H Money get kicked off, bro?
Because he's a cunt.
Yo, come on, Johnny. I'll bring H Money. You could come right back on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I just want to ask the question. That's good.
So somebody blocked him for 5 minutes, so I don't know who did, but I don't have a wrench on your channel.
Stay with the derogatory.
You gotta buy a wrench for $100.
That pay buys me a wrench, bro. Shit.
If y'all know, if we all know that there's some beef there, then we can't have both of them at the same time, right?
Hey, it ain't no beef, like you said, bro. It's YouTube.
Hey, hold on. I got a good one. Hey, what fight out of all the PBC cards are you guys looking most forward to? What fight?
In a PBC card that's mentioned?
Yes.
That's not like a rumor.
I give you mine right now. I like Charlo and Rosario, Dominican kid. I like that one. That's a good fight over there.
I like that fight too, man. 3 belts.
Yeah, I like both the Charlo fights. I like both of them. The other ones are cool too, but those two fights I think are a little better.
Let me just say this one thing. I got Dervinchenko beating the big Charlo. Okay. I like Rosario
I hope he comes from the old country. I hope he brings all the peppers and salsa. And I hope he whips the kid's ass. All right? Stop talking fucking bullshit on my man's stream over here. I'll kick all you motherfucking motherfuckers over here. Stop talking bullshit on my man's stream. Take it easy.
All right, yeah,
Hey, we're talking boxing. Don't get personal. I'll fucking beat the shit out of every one of you dudes. Fuck out.
Go to sleep already, bro.
Yeah, the fight I'm looking forward to, and it's a toss up. I keep vacillating back and forth, but I think I might favor the Devonchenko fight a little bit more because I feel like those two guys kind of give me the same. I feel like those. I understand what I'm going to get with those two guys. Rosario, that last fight, I didn't expect that out of him, right? So I don't know what he's going to come in. I
got a question for Johnny Boy, man. What's up with you in this training? What's up?
Hold on, you see? That's what I mean, H. You see? That's what I mean, H.
Right. So yeah, I mean that Rosario, his last performance was, his performance of a lifetime for me. I don't know what Rosario I'm going to get. Devonchenko to me always comes with it. I think it's it would represent the toughest fight for Charlo that I've seen in years, maybe his entire career. So yeah, I think it's that fight that I'm most looking forward to, the Devonchenko Maul fight.
Smokey, I like the card. I like the whole card. I like fucking Charlo, Devonchenko, and I like fucking the other little Charlo in Rosario. This is a good fuck. You know what? Like I say. Listen, bro. Let me tell you something real quick. Let me say this one thing, bro. It doesn't matter what network, what promoter puts on the fucking good fights. When we have good fights, as us as fans, and I know Punch and a couple of us other fools have boxed before, bro. You gotta appreciate that shit. Them two gangster motherfuckers, top of the weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, yeah.
Hey, Smoke. What makes you question that Rosario wouldn't come into the next fight with a good performance? That you say that you don't know.
It's not so much that I think he does bad performances. It's just that I've seen him dropped by lesser guys, right? Even though it's like a premature stoppage, I just didn't expect Rosario. It's like Ramirez, right? Like Ramirez. But even Ramirez has done it twice now, so I'm not gonna count Ramirez out. Like now, when it comes to the Taylor fight, I'm with Ramirez because I saw him do it a couple of times. But that fight, what he did against Hooker, was amazing to me, right? That was like, that was a performance of a lifetime. Do I expect him to do that every fight? I don't know. I haven't seen him do it, and I haven't seen him do that enough to expect him to do that every fight. Rosario, I haven't seen what he just did with J-Rock enough. I haven't seen enough of that out of him that I'm just going to expect that from him.
I think both those fights are pretty close to 50-50 fights, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. Listen, the night of, I could see. Listen, Rosario was big as fuck. Like I don't see how Rosario is going to actually be the favorite in the Maul fight, but I think both of those guys definitely could lose that night. Both of them.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's what makes him interesting as well. We're demanding Charlo to step up. We're looking to watch that fight, right? Whether we want to pay for it or not, we want to see Charlo actually challenge himself, and I'm willing to pay for it. But I understand why people don't want to pay for it. Now, Jermall Charlo versus Rosario, that's a legacy fight. Same card, same day, same event. I'm willing to pay for it.
I'm on my back. Go ahead.
Because I can't contradict myself in my channels. I'm always want these fighters to strive for greatness and legacy fights. And now we have some legacy fights going on. A unification bout in 154-pound division, which is a tough division. And now I'm mad. I don't want to pay for it. Nah, man. I'm a boxing head. I'm gonna pay for it.
I can't get mad at you for paying for it, bro. But when I seen your house, you got a nice house, you know what I'm saying? Like, but what I'm saying is like me personally, you know what I mean? Like I'll get by, but my thing is like, with Mayweather, there was more of a hate factor. Like people wanted to see that all the shit he talked. Everybody wanted to see, can he lose? Can he lose? Can he lose? So, when he fought some people, I thought, okay, that's a good fight for him. I want to see that. some people I thought, oh, okay, he's just choosing them because they're a little older. But I always wanted to watch Mayweather fight because regardless, I knew he had a slick style. He was definitely going down in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like I already knew what I was watching. I knew that he was a great fighter. But I also wanted to see him fucking get fucking clocked in the fucking mouth for all the shit he talked. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't me being a hater. But I don't hate Charlo like that. I don't hate any of the Charlos like that. I think they talk a lot of shit, but I feel like they need to do like if they beat the opponents now, then yes, I will pay $70 for the next fucking pay-per-view. But until then, I haven't really seen them really motivate me to pay $70. That's my whole thing about the whole pay-per-view thing.
Let me ask you a question. If Jermell Charlo beats Rosario, gets them 3 straps, where do y'all put him? Where y'all rank him at?
In the pound for pound?
Yeah.
You mean
pound for pound?
I don't know if he makes it up there yet.
You don't think he makes it there?
In the top 10?
I think he makes it at the top 10. Looking at his resume, just look at his last 5 fights.
Yeah, but
then those guys are pound for pound guys. I mean, they're tough fights and all that stuff, but they're not pound for pound guys themselves.
But
right?
who Lomachenko beat? That's pound.
Smokey.
No, it's not.
Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Let me say this.
Weight classes. Weight classes.
Yeah, but we're talking about pound for pound list, right? So that's what you're saying. Like how you get pound for pound list. Okay, I got you. Just hold on, John.
The Axeman too.
Hold on, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. Hold on, John. Now I understand what you're trying to say, Smoke, but with his resume, I'm gonna put him in the pound for pound and his accomplishment. If he can't be pound for pound, then I'm gonna look at the pound for pound list like a whole different. Why is Bud Crawford pound for pound? Who he beat in the pound for pound list?
Hey, but real quick, Moonshine, but pound for pound is for basically people who are able to move up and down weight classes and see who they can beat. You know what I mean?
That's a myth, though, because because Mike Tyson was #1 pound for pound in 1988. Yeah. That was only one division.
No, but heavyweights are supposed to be pound for pound in there at all, right?
Yeah,
so
heavyweights are not supposed to be
all this stuff, all these lists are subjective, right? So I'm going to jump out, let Johnny do his thing, and then I'm going to come back in and say something about this, about Rosario, the level of competition that Jermall Charlo has faced, and where that should place him on the pound for pound list.
Jermall Charlo's a fucking pussy. Now let me say this one thing here. You understand? Fuck Charlo. Now here. Yeah, everybody was ranking the pound for pound nowadays because all you need to do is get a belt. What do you need to do to get a belt? Beat some fucking Mo. This fucking Mo come down from the BP gas station over here and they give you a belt like this. The fuck is this? The fuck is it? Hey, listen.
Hey, Johnny, you been getting some sleep, man?
Hold on.
You been getting some sleep, bro, with the Miller Lights, bro?
Listen to my face. You fucking cutthroat. Now here.
Yeah.
Here's what's gonna happen. Here's what I need. I need Loma Teofimo. I need Usyk Chisora, and I need Pacquiao Crawford, and I need those fucking things like water.
Hey, right? Put it and that too as well, right? Smoke. Who did Usyk beat to be pound for pound?
Right. So the thing about Usyk, I don't know where people put him on his pound for pound before he was undisputed, but 3 belts does not make you undisputed. So Rosario, while it is a good win, I feel. Listen. Gassiev and Huck. Like Huck has got a bunch of title defenses. They have guys that so just let me just bring it down for me and for my own pound for pound list, right? My pound for pound list also has it's linked to the 4 criteria boxing and whether or not you're a complete fighter. I don't just go by resume because that's a completely different conversation for me, right? If I'm just going to analyze resume, then what I'm doing is actually comparing a guy's career to another guy's career, not whether or not I think that guy's a better fighter, right?
Smoke.
Okay, so if I
hold on, Johnny. Let Smoke finish. Right. So the idea that he has 3 belts, I feel like depending on what happens in the fight and what version of Charlo we see, do we see like growth from him? Because
that last performance I saw out of Harrison doesn't place him very high on a pound for pound list for me. So Rosario also is not very high on a pound for pound list for me. So him beating him isn't going to elevate him that much, just on paper. But what happens in the fight could change that.
I mean, I just put him in the pound for pound. I never said put Charlo number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. But if you got people in the pound for pound list and he accomplished more, I mean, you got to put him in the pound for pound list. In my opinion, you got Earl Spence. He just unified. He's on a pound for pound list, and a lot of people's list. He's top 6, top 7, top 5. You know?
Yeah, but Punch, who has Charlo beaten besides like his best win? Probably like Trout and who else? Harrison after he was losing Harrison. Maybe Lubin.
I like the Lubin fight, even though he knocked him out in the first round. That was not supposed to be an easy fight. He got the Trout fight. He got the Harrison fight, right? I mean, if you look at everybody's resume, their last 4 opponents. Look at everybody's resume, their last 4 opponents. Who really out there is challenging themselves?
Yeah, but think about this. So like the top 10 has to be for multiple fights, like good fights, against good opponents, not just 2 or 3, Like if three would be probably Rosario, right? So you got Inoue, you got multiple weight classes, you got who's like Crawford, undisputed multiple weight classes, Canelo fighting the Hall of Famers. I mean, it's kind of hard for you to if you can make the top 10 pound for pound list with like only 3 guys in one weight class. I don't know. I mean, that's tough for me.
But we also have to account accomplishments. We can't devalue accomplishments at the same time.
Correct.
We can't do that because then if we do that as fans, guess what? Fighters are going to be looking at it. Well, F the belts. No wonder I'll get an email, but I don't give a damn about it because fans don't even care about accomplishment anyway. So if somebody gives me a belt, the fans shouldn't get mad. You understand? We can't contradict themselves. We got to hold accomplishment, up here as well.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. If you want to count accomplishments, where's Leo Santa Cruz in your top 10 pound for pound list?
I think I'm not sure where I'll put him, but I agree. But I will accept anybody that has him on the top 10. If you look at anybody's top 10 list, Leo Santa Cruz have done, and he's been on the top 10 list.
Is Mikey on the top 10 pound for pound list? I mean, these guys multiple weight divisions. Some of these guys are not even under.
How about Gary Russell Jr.
In the pound for pound list too?
How about Gary Russell Jr.? These guys who's never left at 126, but is supremely skilled, right?
No,
you just need to unify. Like where does this? What are the fault lines of this criteria?
I mean, I won't put him. He don't fight enough. I won't put him top 10 pound for pound. No, I won't put a guy.
I say this, bro. Gary Russell's not active enough to be on the fucking pound for pound list. Nobody is right now. We can make that fucking factor go down when the virus clears up. Because here's the thing. We have Nonito Ubali. We have Lipinets and the fucking Kazakhstan kid. We have Joe Smith, Leo Alvarez. Good fights. The next step from there is to get the fucking Fury Wilder 3, to get fucking Teofimo Lomachenko, you understand what I'm saying? We're right there. We're a cunt's hair away. You know what I mean? We're right there. We're right. But
yo, Black, what you think?
It's gonna be difficult. He loses a lot of rounds, especially if he loses a lot of rounds to Rosario. I don't know. He's right there though. 3-belt unification. He'd have to go be undisputed, but. It's a tough question, Punch. You have to see. I got to see how he looks against Rosario.
So what?
Yeah, one of my criteria is like pound for pound is how beatable are you?
Glenn, good looking out. Thanks, my brother.
Like one of my criteria is also for pound is how beatable are you against fighters in your division and around other divisions.
See, and that's the thing. Like a guy like Taylor beating Prograis. I think that puts him higher on the pound for pound list, right? So now Prograis more, is he more accomplished than Jason Rosario? He's an undefeated guy. It's stuff like that. That's where it gets a little bit gray area. But also, I don't know what Taylor does at 147, right? I mean, maybe 140 is just where he should shine, and he might be a food at any other weight class.
But my fault. I actually wanted to answer to Black Brown. So what you're saying is it really doesn't matter if he wins, but it's how he wins that you may put him, let's say, on a pound for pound. It's how he beats Rosario. If it's a close fight, split decision.
Yeah, Punch, because if he does it the same way he beat Tony Harrison or the same way he fought Tony Harrison the first fight, that the first fight could have went either way. If he does that again, it's going to be tough to put him in the pound for pound, but you have to respect and appreciate the 3 belts. So then if you win and unified the same way, then you say, hey, that's just the way this dude wins his fights. They're ugly. He wins ugly.
I mean, but don't you think
at the same time he loses a lot of rounds?
I understand what you're saying, but don't you think that when it comes to unification bouts, when it comes to like the 1 and number 2 guys in the respective division fight, are you looking for somebody to have a performance that is easy or is hard? Because I think Charlo should struggle versus Rosario, vice versa. If is a number 1, number 2 is a unification bout. You understand what I'm trying? I don't depend Charlo, just having an easy fight. Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G wasn't an easy fight.
Then let me say this then, Punch. If we go back and we watch Charlo Harrison, right?
Yeah.
Charlo just did not show much. He just didn't. He showed us some nice power, but he just didn't show us much. So it's like not much there. Charlo does what he does, and he does it well, but he doesn't do much. So it's right. Like if you're gonna go in there with the same, like 1-2 and a real stagnant
headhunting,
it's hard to put him up there. For me, anyways.
So you got to go by performance.
Everything,
yeah, it's gotta be,
everything, because like you said, accomplishments have to be added in as well. Go ahead, Smoke. My bad.
Yeah, no. It's a dual thing. It's not one or the other, right? If you're just going to go by accomplishments, it's a different argument than pound for pound. I think. It's who you fight, what you look like in the fight, and your accomplishments, and then also how, and it's a competition between you and other fighters, like. So, how complete a fighter you are versus somebody else. How active are you for some people, apparently, although activity is not really a criteria for me. It's just who you fought and what stage of the career that person was in and what you look like in the fight for me. Like, what skills did you display? The result also plays into it, but even more so than the result is, what did you look like doing it?
And the thing is, too, is that everybody has a different criteria for pound.
True.
I mean, not everybody's got the same thing. So, I mean, you can't really argue with somebody else's criteria.
I think I think that's what it is. Everybody got a different criteria as pound for pound. And everybody got a different criteria of what they want to see performance-wise. For example, Oscar Valdez fought Velez yesterday, right? I felt like Valdez coming into the fight should have stopped him, right? He stopped him late, but I thought he was going to stop him early. But it was a great fight. And there may be people that look at Valdez, Oscar Valdez and be like, nah, I don't think he's ready for that Bichette fight right now. I don't know, man. He was struggling a little bit. I don't know. But those type of performance also show me the grit. Show me that he can make adjustments. Show me a little something. So I might see certain things in different type of performance where somebody else may just want to be like, yo, he got to get him out there. Like, remember when I did the live commentary with Shakur Stevenson? Nah, he got to get him out there in 5 rounds. Or if he doesn't, bad performance. But somebody else might be.
It's crazy you say that, Punch, because I was just going to say, now if Charlo goes in there and gets Rosario out of there in 4 rounds, dramatic knockout, then that's a different conversation. That he's going to be pushing the line on that. On back-to-back knockouts, he'll be pushing that line on top 10.
But then how boxing is. They're going to be like, oh, man, so Jason Rosario was just a one-hitter quitter or things like that. He wasn't that good. Nobody was talking about him anyway. He only beat J-Rock. That's why I'd rather not devalue, discredit a lot of fighters or fights itself. I think it's a big fight. That's why I'm willing to pay for it. Maybe if somebody breathing hard, man. Who's jerking off? Stop it. It's a boxing show. So I think, who's breathing hard like that, man? All right. That was heavy. Yo, anyways, that's it. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. Somebody else go.
Hey,
No, you're saying
you're bringing a lot of great points, bro, as you were saying, bro. But you got to give Charlo his props because he's taking on Rosario after his best win in his career, man. So a lot of people like to discredit fighters just because they have L's or they got knocked down. But if anything, we should learn from the UFC because they have done many great things in the UFC. Masvidal with 14 losses, bro, he's still a draw in the sport, bro. And we need to bring that back to boxing, bro, because people.
It's just a culture.
People nowadays take L's and they lose.
But that's the fans. That's the fans' fault.
No, but we also have a bunch more guys. They're waiting for their shot, so you can't just hog the spotlight, getting your ass whooped. Like there's next man up.
Like UFC, they got to keep recycling these guys, right?
Yeah. I mean,
but if you really think about it, in each weight division in boxing, there's only like 2, 3, maybe 4 top guys. The other dudes are either unproven prospects or bums. So literally, bro, like we could go from weight divisions and there's only like 2, 3, maybe 4 great fighters, and they don't even fight each other. They just fucking bum bash the other dudes.
Glenn,
that's a great point though. Back to back, biggest fights of his career. That's a great point. You gotta give him respect for that.
Glenn, what you think about if Charlo beats Rosario? Where you put him at pound for pound, or if you do put him at pound for pound, where you?
There's still a tough pound for pound list because we're talking about all weight classes. I don't know that I necessarily put him in the top 5 because that's a very difficult jump right there. Like, because he's really not fighting any top pound for pound dude right now. And I get your argument. I heard it earlier about Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. But I think it was the way that he came in with so many amateur backgrounds. Like what he only had 1 loss and like almost 300 amateur wins. So that's different from somebody like a Charlo. You know what I'm saying? And not taking away credit. Like I said, I don't hate him enough to pay $70. I don't like him enough to pay $70. So I'm in a pickle right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pay. It's a little tough for me to be paying $70 when I don't hate him or like him enough. You know what I mean?
Good boxing, Glenn. Pay for the good boxing.
I mean?
Yeah, it's great boxing. We haven't been getting great undercards these years, man.
Hold on, though. Let me finish my point.
Undercards are been really soft.
Yeah.
And let me say something real quick, bro.
Hold on, but let me finish my point. Like what I was trying to say.
Go ahead.
No. So he said great boxing. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. I don't know if it's worth my $70 though. But yo, Punch, can you remind me of the question again? Because like everybody started talking, I completely forgot.
What we have Jamal Charlo if he beats Rosario, or would you have him in the pound?
Okay, yeah, pound for pound. That's right. That was a question. So my point is that I still have Canelo number 1. I still got Inoue up there. You know what I'm saying? I still got, you know what I'm saying? I've got like my same solid top 5, until they lose, and so for Jamel to crack that or Jamal to crack that, I don't see that yet. But I'm not going to say that they won't move up. They'll definitely move up because they're showing me, like, if somebody unifies, of course, I'm going to put them in the top 10. You know what I mean? And,
Hey, Glenn, homie.
Wait, hold on. I was next, bro. Just let me
say this real fast, homie. I say, bro, the thing is, bro, it's hard to determine where these guys is going to fall out at the end of their careers. You know what I mean? Like, when you talk about somebody like Alexis Arguello or somebody like that, like, he's already solidified in the books, dog. We got to see the rest of this, Usyk or Lomachenko or Teofimo. We got to see the next.
Right. So Glenn,
let me just say this. We got to see the man's story play out before we rank up.
I agree with you. That's exactly what I was trying to finish at. That's exactly what I was trying to finish at. What I'm trying to say is that when it comes to the finishing, right, of the match, right, how they finish how they perform and finish the match because if they get a TKO but they were getting their ass whooped and it looks like you know what, the referee wanted to stop it because they were supposed to win and shit, like a lot of people are gonna lose money when they weren't supposed. You know what I'm saying? You know how grimy the sport is. If it looks like that to me, I'm not gonna put them nowhere in the top 10. But if it comes out like they fucking straight up like knock the fuck out of them, like beat the shit out of them. Okay, well now we talking. Now we talking.
What if
either one of them?
What if it was like the last fight, like the last Harrison fight?
Hold on, Raider. Let Hefe go. Let Hefe go. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I want to talk to Guido real quick. Because Guido was saying some crazy shit in the chat, bro.
So Guido, you're talking about boxing?
Yeah, it's
boxing.
It's on boxing. It's on boxing, bro. So I'm gonna tell Guido, bro, don't ever disrespect the MXBC.
Boxing. But we're having a great conversation. Boxing.
Shut up, little boy. Let's stick to boxing.
Guido. Yeah. Boxing.
Nah, bro, because he's actually threatening 16 and 17 years old, bro. So I'm telling you,
nobody's threatening nobody. Stop lying, nigga. Shut up.
Guido, don't
you
even
want
pay
to see
attention.
somebody, bro? Come see me, bro.
If all right, man. Yo, go ahead. Radon.
You're not hard.
No,
bro.
I'm saying, what if he has a performance like he did against Harrison, where he was losing the fight and then comes back and knocks him out? Is that worth top 10 pound for pound?
I'm to be honest in this sense, I'm looking for a hard fight. You feel me? I'm not looking for Charlo to have an easy fight. Rosario looking at an easy fight. So I'm based on the performance. If it goes a split decision or a majority decision, but it was a tough fight, I'm going to give props because this is supposed to be the number 1 and 2 guy fighting one another.
Okay, I have two fights for you guys, right? Just as hypotheticals for your things. The first is if Teofimo stops Lomachenko, where does that put him on a pound for pound list? Where is he now, and where would that put him? And then another fight is Boots versus Mikey Garcia. Where is he now versus where he would be if Boots beat Mikey Garcia? Would he be in your pound for pound list?
Right. Let me answer this first one. If Teofimo smacks Lomachenko, he's up there, homie. There's no question about it. Let me tell you something. That motherfucker is. I have him. It's up for debate who is top 2, 3 pound for pound, A, B, C, and D. I have Lomachenko number 1. If Teofimo's young ass goes in there and fucking slaps him, he's up there as far as I'm concerned. He's up there, bro.
What do you have Teo right now? Do you have him in top 15? Pound for pound?
If I was here, I don't have him in the top 10 right now, but if I was to make a top 20, I would have him in there. All right.
So top 20, if he smacks up Loma, would he be top 5? He would go from like top 20 to top 5?
I mean, would you rank him over a Noe Crawford? It's a hard. Listen, brother. Listen, brother. Let me say this.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Let me say this real fast, bro. But that's where the debates come from. Who's top 5 pound for pound? All this kind of thing. But I will say this: if he goes in there and smacks Lomachenko, he's up there for sure, bro. The kid's 22 years old, bro. He's not even out of college yet. You know what I mean?
I put him up there because of the back-to-back and the challenges that he has to go through, and also a lot of fans don't do this sometimes. I probably could contradict myself sometimes. I look at the guys, their resume, and who they beat as well. You understand what I'm trying to say? I look at Lomachenko's and his accomplishments and his resume, and Teofimo Lopez comes and beats him. I feel like he inherits a little bit, at least half of what you understand what I'm trying to say? Because that's how we gauge fighters. I mean, when we're looking at Charlo versus Sergey Derevchenko, we're looking at Sergey Derevchenko versus Triple G. Oh, it's going to be a tough fight because what he did versus Triple G. So I look at it also. If Teofimo Lopez beats beats Lomachenko, I'm also looking at. But look at who Loma beat. Look who Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko. He inherits a little bit of that type of resume.
Yeah. Let me say this.
Hold on, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. This is where Black and Brown has a good point right here. Black and Brown said it depends on how.
Hold on, Johnny.
Hold on. This is where I said Black and Brown has. This is where Black and Brown has a good point. It depends on how good you look. If Teofimo can go in there and just like Johnny said, smack him around and actually beat him like convincingly, you have to put him in the top 10 for sure. You know what I mean? But if he goes out there and Lomachenko's schooling him, and somehow Teofimo gets a knockout, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys put him in the top 5, 10? And he's getting schooled. He's losing every round. Like,
let me say this in response, bro. Teofimo is doing what all these young boys are supposed to be doing, but he's the only one doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's over here fighting champions, trying to fight fucking top 5 guys back to back. You know, none of these. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. Ryan Garcia is hesitant about fighting Luke Campbell over here, bro. Like, there's like, dog, that's what all these young boys are supposed to be doing. But Teofimo's the only one setting the example. Capiche? You know what I mean? I fucking, you know.
Yeah, dude, I know that.
Hold on, son. He just went in there and knocked a veteran out, a champion, title holder. I won't call him a champion, but a title holder, Richard Comey, in 2 rounds, bro. And now he's trying to fight the arguably the best pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, bro. That deserves props. That's what all these young boys should be trying to get after. Devin Haney, Ryan, all these little fucking fugazis you talk about. You know, nobody in specifics. All these little fugazis, they don't have the fucking heart to fight anybody that's in the top 10. Teofimo just went on there and knocked the champion out, and now he's trying to fight the #1 pound for pound.
Yeah, I know that. So
you know what I mean?
I think it's looking
so
at the
if
journey.
Teofimo beat and beat Comey, right, and he got a championship belt and goes out there and beats literally a top 3 pound for pound and is gonna make it to the top 10 pound for pound list, why would Charlo make a top 10 pound for pound? Hold on. He's not even fighting anybody that's a pound for pound champion.
Well, here and that. Okay, so because that was going to tie it in too, but also I want to get you guys' thoughts on Boots versus Mikey. If Boots went in there, schooled Mikey, knocked him out, first dude to knock out Mikey Garcia, where would he be on your pound for pound list?
I mean, he won't be right now because I don't think Mikey right now is in a pound for pound and he's not a champion.
That's what I'm saying. But he's a former pound for pound, forward division. Mikey Garcia. Never been stopped. Mikey Garcia.
I see where you're going with that.
Where would that put Boots? Right? Because Boots is not. Would you put him in top 20? I don't think he'd be easy top 20 pound for pound unless you're only looking at like maybe like projected skills or something, right?
Yeah, I won't put Boots because he also never fought any type of rank 15 fighter. You know what I'm saying? Charlo has fought ranked fighters prior to, let's say, beating if he goes out there and beats Rosario. You know, it's just not that he's going out there and just this is 1 and 2 and he just beating Rosario. That's it. We're going to put him in the top 5 as well. Also, he's beating Tony Harrison and beating Trout, beating good caliber challenges that led up to now him cracking the 10. I'm not even saying top 5. I'm probably not even saying 10. He probably be 9 to 10. But I just feel, and also depends on the other guys that's fighting also. So let's say if Inoue fights and beats Casimero, he's still gonna be up there. If Lomachenko still beats if he beats Teofimo Lopez, he's still gonna be up there. They a lot of ranks got Tyson Fury top in the pound for pound list, and he was not on the top pound for pound list coming in the Deontay Wilder fight. Feel me? So
yeah, I mean, some people have Ramirez and Taylor. So what happens when they fight? What happens to the loser?
I mean, if it falls
down. This is where people make mistakes. They put a cap on the top 10 and they only say, "Oh, I'm only going to talk about 10." Well, one of them will fall down to 13 or 14 or 15. Hey, can I get my take real quick? Because you asked a question about Leo and Tio. You asked a question about Tio and Loma, and I never got to answer.
Oh, go ahead, my brother.
So the difference is, guys, is already at 21 or 22, however old Teofimo is. His skill set and what he has showed us is already way, way better than what Charlo has showed us at 30. And when we talk about pound for pound, we talk about what skills can translate from division to division. And Charlo's skill set, guys, cannot translate into like a lightweight division or a flyweight division. When Teofimo's skill set, which we all have seen, his skill set can translate to almost any division in boxing. So that's a big part of it is what we've seen from Teofimo at 22. His skill set's amazing. His skill set is amazing. So if he does beat Loma, then hell yeah, he's going to go into the top 10.
I think that's a valid point, Black. Just saying.
Yeah, you know, that brings it all the way back to why Rosario. Just beating Rosario. Rosario is cool from his last performance. It was really amazing, but he was also getting touched up by J-Rock. It was a gritty performance, and it's also, like I said, their career best, in my opinion.
Bro, let me say this real quick. Rosario came up from the jungle. Buddy had his fucking coach and trainer driving him to fucking boxing practice every morning. You understand? That kid, bro. There's a big difference in how to survive and how to throw hands, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm.
I mean, the Harrison fight. I thought he showed these attributes that could translate to any division. A heart and you don't really want to have your chin be an attribute to take you to a higher division, right? But he does show that, he shows heart, he shows good power, and a hell of a tank. So, depending on who it is you're with and developing his skills, I don't know, maybe he can go up a division or two. I'm not sure, but yeah, Teofimo at this age, his trajectory seems, it seems fairly high. I don't think that the Charlos are 30 though, right? Are they like
they're 30?
They're 30. They're 30. They're 30.
The same age as Russell, Thurman, Garcia, but Crawford, Mikey, they came in the same class. That's my favorite. That's my favorite class.
Oh wow! Wait a minute. Bud is Buzz. Did you say Bud?
But it's still going to be 33.
Bud is 33. Yeah, Bud is 33. Okay, yeah. All right. So anyway, there's just the
the 08 class in boxing to me is like the 96. It's like the 96 class in the NBA.
Yeah, just while it is, I think, a significant accomplishment to have those 3 belts, and you'll probably be considered the man, the one of those universally recognized kind of thing. We'll see what happens with actually becoming undisputed. You'll probably be considered the man at 154, but I don't know how high that gets you on the pound for pound list because where Harrison was on the pound for pound list, where Rosario is on the pound for pound list, and where Austin Trout was on the pound for pound list, right?
Smokey. Who in their fucking mother had Tony Harrison on the pound for pound list? If you had I love Tony Harrison. I love all my homeboys from Detroit.
Right. Exactly.
No, let me finish. Smokey. If you had Tony Harrison on the pound for pound list, you're a fugazi and you can't be trusted. You understand me? That kid's a good. That kid's a good boxer. He's just set in the third. He's a top-notch contender. Pound for pound, get the fuck out of my face. Yeah,
and that's it. And that goes the same for Rosario and the Austin Trout that he faced. And these are solid guys. It's just hard to project it, especially considering what other guys who are already ranked ahead of him, what they're going to be doing, and then some other guys who are ranked behind them. Right? If a Teofimo Loma fight happens, I think there's several guys that are right now behind where you'd put Charlo, who are fighting. While it may not be a 3-belt undisputed, it's like sort of a stiffer competition.
Hold on, guys. I wanted to ask this other question because Sean knew in boxing. He said Charlo already got beat at 154. What do y'all think about revenging your rematch? Does that it doesn't erase the laws, but do you push him back? For example, Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. He beat Andy Ruiz. So
In my opinion, I give him credit, Punch. I give him credit for it, Punch.
Oh, it's definitely credit when you stop the guy in the rematch, right? That's the best way to do it, and that's what he did.
All right. So that's so revenge. So actually, like Revenge of the Laws is actually like it takes.
All right, so
it takes.
Yeah, so if I may, I'm gonna respond to like 4 different questions because I've been trying to respond, and I thought you guys would cut me off, but I was on mute again, bro. I muted myself. Damn, bro, I'm hating on myself right now. You know.
I want to ask.
Yo, so first of all, okay, good. That was the first thing. That was the first thing. Guido, I was gonna say, yo, Guido's in the private chat. He's trying to come in. That was my first thing. So that's off my agenda right now. Right? Second thing was responding to Johnny Boy, because I think that he was correct in that assessment that Jason Rosario, you know, is actually, you know, when you grew up a certain way, it's heart. I think that's where he was leading to is heart. You know what I mean? Like you don't really care. It's grit. It's heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you got nothing going for you, and you ready to do whatever you need to do. So that's an interesting topic right there in itself. I forgot what Get the Smoke was talking about, so I have to refrain from that. What was your last question, Punch?
The question that Sean Nguyen said about that he lost, that Charlo already lost in 154, but I was saying he already avenged that loss. So does avenging a loss on a rematch, does that erase? It's not, of course, it doesn't erase the loss in your record, but
it doesn't. But it should. But it shows. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, it shows your championship character. It shows your grit. It shows the fact that you're gonna come back and give your heart because you dedicated to the sport. So I agree with that. Yeah.
Yo, check this out, bro. If you jump in there with the man that just knocked you out or just beat the hell out of you, bro, you got some balls of concrete, bro. That's it. That's it. Especially if it's some fucking, you know, some serial killer like fucking like Lomachenko or Teofimo or Pacquiao or something. You know, bro, if you jump in there with the men that just beat the hell out of you, broke your nose, broke your teeth, you got some fucking balls of concrete. That's it.
Yeah, like you know, avenging a split decision loss by knockout is you know, that's all revenge. I think that book is settled, right? I don't know what that means for your pound for pound thing, but
hey, Smoke, what was the last point that you made though?
He was losing that fight though.
Yeah, he was until he wasn't. I mean, and it's not like the round that he stopped him, he didn't win the couple of rounds before that too.
Hey, yo, Smoke, what was the last topic that I forgot what you were saying? You made a point and you were posing a question. I completely forgot. That was the last one that I want to answer.
Oh, right. It's about the pound for pound designation. If two guys, if Teofimo knocked out Loma, where would you put him on the pound for pound? Would he crack the top 10 for you? And also, and where do you have Teofimo right now? And the other part of it was if Boots knocked out Mikey Garcia, would you put him like top 15 pound for pound?
Okay, so top 15, that's interesting because if not not 10. So I'll answer that one first. If he beat Mikey Garcia, I have to put him somewhere where Mikey Garcia lies there, which is the whole response to the Loma question. So if Loma beats Loma, or if Teofimo beats Loma, then yeah, he's got to be top 5 right there. But at the end of the day, I don't know that. Like we also got to look. It's pound for pound. So we're moving up weight classes. We're able to adjust the styles in different weight classes. So it becomes a difficult conversation because we're talking about prospects. You know. So I think it's a little more difficult when we're talking about prospects versus somebody that's already situated as a champion in multiple weight classes. So it's a difficult conversation, but definitely if Teo beats Loma, I definitely got him top 5. You know what I'm saying? Just because Loma, that's almost like lineal championship right there. You know, when it comes to that. But then when it comes to Boots Ennis, right? Now you're talking about Mikey Garcia. Was you know, well, what's his resume as far as undisputed or things like that? Like you know, what they're trying to accomplish at 135. So it's kind of like, you know, that muddies the waters.
Yeah. So where do you have Teofimo now? Do you have him top 15?
I don't have right now. I don't have Teofimo in the top 15. No, because there's too many. Right now, we're stacked. Boxing is back, bro. I have the heavyweight division, fucking super middleweight division, middleweight division. The freaking welterweight division. The 135 pounds. You know, like it's stacked right now. It's stacked. It's too stacked to put him in my top 15 when there's so many champions right now.
You know one more question, if you don't mind indulging me. And punching the panel. Where do you have Mel Charlo right now?
Jamel,
top 15? Do you have top 15?
Jamel himself, for redeeming himself. I could put him in the top. I could put him in the top like 20. Put it like that.
Jamel.
I could put him in the top 20. Like for right now, for champions right now. Like I'm talking about right now, champions.
Good looking out, Johnny. Good looking out, Johnny. Man, salute.
Yeah, see that's the problem with where would you put Mel if he beat Rosario, right? It's like
But I don't have Rosario. I have Rosario even further out. That's what I'm saying. So I'm being realistic to me.
That's the point. That's the point. It's like like Jamel Charlo is actually, I would say he's higher on the pound for pound list than Rosario is right now. So him beating Rosario, I don't know how much boost you're supposed to get out of that.
But that's my point. So I believe that you're right about that. I believe Jamel is higher than Rosario, right? But I don't think that either of them are in my top 15. So therefore, for me, like if one beats the other, then I'm not gonna put them in my top 5 because they're not even my top 15 right now.
See, I can't give y'all a name of where I got what's my top 15, but that's why I said with this win, I think he cracks the 10. Because I think I have Jamel Charlo. If I do to my list right now, I'll probably have Jamel Charlo probably 11 or 12.
Hey, Punch, but if he beats him, who is he gonna replace for top 10?
See, and that's what it is, depending on what other people fight. And
that's a great question. That's a great question right there.
So that's why the other day when I did the live and the live stream and I was talking about Bud Crawford. If Bud Crawford fights another type of mean machine guy, it's time to bring Bud Crawford down. I'm like, we just holding on to what he did in 140 pounds. I got to bring him down.
It's time to bring everybody down.
If he come out, he don't come out.
No, he don't come out. But if Inoue goes out and beat Casimero, that's 1 and 2. If Charlo beats, this is 1 and 2 in the respective division. Him and Rosario, I move him into the pound for pound list. If Earl Spence fights a tune-up, he stays still. But if these other guys are fighting, they're moving up. If Lomachenko, who else on the pound for pound? Usyk beats Chisora ain't really beat. I don't know where I have him, but going to another, I don't know. He'll probably stay there, but I just think that other people will move up and other people will just move down. I will not have, if those fights happen this year, and it beats Casimero, Loma beats Tio, or Tio beats Loma. Bud Crawford needs to come down if he fights another opponent like the Mean Machine. I think we babysitting Bud Crawford in the top 3 pound for pound.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that.
Thing. And that comes down to your criteria, right? Is it and listen, I understand it, and I definitely I can't argue, and I have Bud as my number 1 guy, and I'm gonna have to bring him down. So it hurts my heart to agree with what you're saying right now.
What? Smoke? Hold on. Wait,
he has a heart.
Wait.
He has a heart.
There's a heart. Yeah. I don't want to. Because man, listen. I love Bud Crawford for a long time. My whole thing is I just don't think you can beat Spence. But whatever. That doesn't take away from his greatness as his complete
hold on, Smoke.
Me, so who do you got number 1 then?
Hold on, Smoke. Number 1. Say it again.
Yeah, man. Like if Bud Crawford fights another mean machine kind of guy, then he has got to come down, right? For my own personal thing. Like Canelo is gonna have to go ahead and suck up that. But I might put Loma. I don't know. Loma. I'm assuming that Loma in the scenario that Loma's gonna lose, right? So it would be Loma and Crawford coming down. So yeah, it would be it would be Canelo.
But exactly.
He can't even get it out. He can't say Canelo number 1.
It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, he
but
can't. He can't. He can't put
it
Canelo.
hurts.
Well, but yeah, because I don't want
Where's
to
L-Dog?
listen.
Where's
I want listen. I want Crawford to get that Pacquiao fight. I want Crawford to get that Pacquiao fight one time. Let him get his payday. Because right now I have Pacquiao in my. I have Pacquiao's number 5 on my top 5, right? But I can understand if people don't. But so I feel like that is a good enough win that even if Tio were to knock out Loma, he wouldn't crack the top 5. You might maybe make an argument for top 10, definitely like top 15, right?
You have Loma. No, if you're gonna have Loma number 1, L-Dog's fucking ears are ringing bad right now.
Sean, what he said about the Uwe. That will be a top 3 right there. If Lomachenko beats Tio, right? If he beats Tio, Canelo Alvarez, he's already up there, and Uwe beats Casimero, that's top 3. But Crawford got to leave the top 3 for sure. But
guys,
it depends what the other guys do.
If Gallo Estrada beats Chocolate, is he top 5?
Hell yeah!
And you know what? Earlier, like an hour ago, that crossed my mind when we was talking about Chocolatito. We was talking about that just one loss brings people down. Look at Chocolatito. I think the fans did him wrong. He was like top 3 pound for pound, and then one loss, and then he became the unforgotten. Like,
yeah, I didn't do him wrong, bro. I was still supporting him, bro. I think Top Rank did him wrong. But yo, Guido's in the background, by the way.
Guido. Let me get Guido. Time in. You haven't said anything for a while. My fault. What you think about what we talking about, Guido?
Yeah, that's a good point. Crawford definitely got to go down. He hasn't been fighting nobody. He has to go. They have to drop him. You know what I'm saying? If he fights, and I wanted to address something with you about Devin Haney. He better not fight that Gamboa fight. It's gonna look real bad. You know what I'm saying?
Why you feel look bad?
That's unacceptable. It's very unacceptable. That's very. Gamboa's disabled, man. His leg, he can't move no more.
Yo,
no funny shit though.
Black and Brown, that's your boy Devin Haney. What you think about that matchup?
Can I ask a question real quick?
Go.
What up?
Hey, Guido. So why was it acceptable for Tank to fight him then?
No,
it was. I didn't give him the credit for that fight either. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, but Tank is the one who gave him the one leg in the first place.
Yeah. Hold up, Punch was asking.
He had 2 legs before the Tank fight.
It doesn't work like that. Okay, so y'all want to talk about that, right?
Y'all want to talk about that. Black and Brown. He was asking Black and Brown a question. Hold on, I want to hear that.
Black, what you think about that? What you think about that fight? Because I know you're a Devin Haney. You're a Devin Haney fan. Yo, Black. Fell asleep.
He went to take a piss. He forgot he was on.
Yeah, that Devin Haney, he don't like that one. I guess he doesn't like the Devin Haney Gamboa fight.
Yeah. Oh, he tapped out. He left. Yo, Black and Brown, shoot back. But it's not about Radar. It's not about that Gervonta Tank Davis fought Gamboa. It's not about Gamboa and Devin Haney. It's not about that matchup. It's where Gamboa is at right now. And I don't know if everybody follow here professional sports other than boxing. An Achilles injury. Remember, he just had surgery. I think it was January 23, January 25. An Achilles injury at his age, that it wasn't a partial tear. It was a complete tear. To come back, I think that's not a good fight at his age. It's just not a good fight. I think he's gonna come handicapped. He's not gonna go into camp, sparring at his best. He's not gonna do road work at his best. I don't think.
Then what's the point of fighting? What's the point of fighting him? You know what I'm saying, Punch?
I agree. I agree 100%. What I'm trying to say is why are like people that are saying
a lot of people give shit on Tank performance.
No, a lot of people give him credit for that. That's what I'm saying.
Those are the fanboys that gave him credit.
Not us.
The fanboys that gave him that credit. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Let me make a point real quick. Let me make a point real quick. So it's the same thing. Like I love Miguel Cotto, but I don't give Miguel Cotto credit for beating Sergio Martinez because his knees were out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I love Miguel Cotto, bro. I love Miguel Cotto, but I don't give him credit for that Sergio Martinez fight because Sergio Martinez's knees were completely out.
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, it's the same thing I'm trying to say.
Well, he had surgery.
Yeah, but he had knee pads and everything. during the
Yeah,
fight.
his knees was messed up, Hunch. You know.
Yeah, as soon as he got knocked down, like he got up and his corner. That's why they threw the fight, because they said, "Yo, your knees are not the same. Your knees are not the same," and they threw the fight.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that he have surgery. I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
I'll tell you the reason why
Get credit for it because
it was literally a 12-round ass whooping. At no point was he losing the fight, and he was just hitting him with terrific shot after terrific shot. And you saw the old guy get down and use wily things to survive for as long as he was able to. And fans, like casual fans, like, you know, boxing fans, purists, appreciate the sweet science, and they want to see two combatants. But the casual fans just want to see two guys go at it and somebody get messed up. And that's what you saw.
No, Smoke, you give him credit then. You give Tank credit for that Gamboa fight.
I give him the credit that you get from that fight. I mean, Gamboa was Gamboa. He's no longer Gamboa. He wasn't he's still a shell of himself. He's a name. I don't know.
Gamboa. Yeah.
It's kind of like like how much credit do I give like a Dillian White for a Povetkin? You know.
Yeah, so I gotta agree.
It is what it is. It is what it is, right? I don't even think. Right, I don't even think I don't take Tank as a lightweight seriously. So the Gamboa fight doesn't give me any reason to take him seriously as a lightweight. I feel like he ate himself out of his actual division that he should be fighting in. So I could be wrong. Maybe he's a tweener. Maybe he's just that thick and massive or something. I'm not quite sure what was going on with the dude, but it seems like his body at 135 seemed to be like a little bit pudgy. And also, I think he had gas issues towards the end, right? But I don't believe in him in lightweight. So yeah, the Gamboa is not going to do anything to help that.
So you do give him credit, though, right? You say you give him credit. That's what I'm got. It's a simple question. You know?
Yeah, credit is what
for beating Gamboa.
I mean, what kind of credit are you talking about? As a win, if he got a W.
Come on, Smoke.
I'm just saying. I don't know what you mean by
credit. He doesn't get no credit.
I'm saying I don't think he's a legitimate 135 champion. I don't think he's a legitimate lightweight. Like, so if you ask me for that kind of credit, no, I don't give him that. I don't give him that kind of credit.
So Raider.
For beating Gamboa.
I mean, what kind of credit are you talking about? Exactly. Yes, I give him credit, and no, don't give him credit.
He doesn't get no credit.
Hold on, somebody got this. Hold on.
Yeah, I hear echo. But yo, Raider.
So if you ask me for that kind of credit, no, I don't.
Yeah, somebody's playing their live stream or something in the back. Okay, there we go. So yo, Raider, I do agree. I do agree with Smoke with this one that where so I think that Gamboa was beyond his prime because he took too many years off debating his legal issues and stuff like that, and he wasn't the same Gamboa that we met. You know what I'm saying? When he was a young prospect. However, I don't think that he was off the table when he fought earlier this year against Gervonta Davis, and I don't feel like he was he was still old. He wasn't the same self. He's a shadow of himself, but he was still legitimate, right? Because it's a name. But now you're talking about if Devin Haney fights him, is it the same name? No, it's not the same name because now, you know what I'm saying? You got an Achilles heel torn, you know what I'm saying? And it's not the same thing. Earlier this year, if Devin Haney would have fought him, then okay, yeah, we see the same thing that we see with Gervonta Davis. Okay, a washed up guy, but it's still a name, an ex-champion, a road warrior, you know what I'm saying? Gatekeeper, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And so, so he's fighting Gamboa. But at this point, it's like, all right, now he's a old dude washed up, also with injuries.
Lisa
and I think that's a difference.
Lisa said he's coming back soon. Look at Devin Hay. But Devin Hay hasn't even won a fight after his Achilles injury. He got TKO'd by Bellew.
Who?
David Hay. He had the same Achilles.
David Hay's a little old too, man. Like
he's 39 years old.
Yeah, he's a little old too. I don't know that he's gonna. Not too many people are Bernard Hopkins or you know what I'm saying, like, what's his name, man? My man with the George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too many people come back like that. You know what I mean? Like, and not too many people fight till they're 41 like Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly. So, but at that age, when it comes to if y'all know baseball, when it comes to that Tommy John surgery, you're not gonna be the same. Achilles, you ain't never gonna be the same at that age, especially. And that's why I'm saying.
And also, Gamboa was a guy who, you know, he relied on his reflexes and his speed a lot. You know, he had a lot of, you know, technical flaws, and you know, he got by on heart. He would definitely get dropped a lot, but he'd get up to win the fights, right? So, you know, that was the book on him. But he's not the same fighter. It's not the same.
Nah. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to see Devin Haney's gonna look good. Yeah, he gonna look good. I mean, that's the reason why they're gonna put it. That's gonna be like tailor-made for him to look good. But I don't need I don't need Devin Haney to be fighting a tailor-made fight right now to make him look good. You know, I want him to challenge himself. He's a champion now, right? He's a champion, so I want him to pick his fights that's gonna actually help him out in the ring, get better and better. Because he's gonna have he's gonna begin to have a target. You know, after Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, we're going to be calling for that fight. He's thinking about going to 140. I mean, have opponents that are going to prepare you to, you know, to fight those type of fights. And Gamboa is not going to prepare you. But like I said in the beginning, he's going to use his surgery and going to be like, well, I had surgery too, and Gamboa has surgery, so it's like two dudes that had surgery going at it.
Dang. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like the whole.
And another thing, friends, everybody almost seems like they're stepping it up.
Unit.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't want to see Devin Haney fight Gamboa. I don't want to see that shit. I do not want to see that. I'm telling you.
Would y'all want to see Devin Haney fight Richard Comey?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I prefer that. Yeah.
I would prefer that. Luke Campbell, you know what I'm saying? But I know Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia negotiations. But I would prefer, so one of the champions, man, like, or you know, because so you people making fun of you because you got two emails for your championship. Go fucking make your name out, bro. Like go.
That's what I'm saying.
Your name on the game, bro. Go stamp your name on the game. Don't fight someone.
He should be stripped.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You already 2-time email champion that you want to fight old ass Gamboa. His leg all fucked up. Come on, man. At least step up. Everybody's trying to step up, except for you. Come on now.
I'm gonna be like, all right. So let's go back to the Showtime cards. I mean, which is good. I like the Showtime cards. I do like the Lipinyev versus. They're gonna fight for the IBF interim. That's a fight that I'm looking forward to as well. What's good, James? What about what you think? What Fox is gonna come out to? Because it looks like the Showtime is stacked. But we're still waiting for the Fox, and that's what I'm excited about, because seeing the Showtime card, I'm like, man, there's a lot of cards. I'm happy about that, but I'm happy about it because they haven't even mentioned the Fox card. So imagine when they mention the Fox card. Imagine who Andy Ruiz is gonna fight next, and Keith Thurman, and Earl Spence, and Denis Garcia, Ugas, Manny Pacquiao. Like, it's more cards to be made. Than now. I'm excited, yo. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Robert, Caleb Plant.
Oh man, it's a lot, y'all.
Benavidez too.
Huh? He's in the Showtime card. He's a Showtime card. That's why I was saying in the beginning. I want to give credit to Samson Promotion, because they got David Benavidez. They got Jason Rosario get that fight, that unification bout. He got that Linares versus Fortuna. I think Samson Promotion is doing.
They got another fighter. I forgot his name. He's also in the middleweight. He's from Argentina. His name is. I know his last name is Castro, but I forgot his first name. You know, he's good though. You know what I'm saying? I shut them out before. Yeah.
Yo, Punch. I
think he's with Samson too. Yeah.
Yo, Punch. You gonna be live all night or what?
Not all night, but I don't think I'm not tuning out no time soon.
Probably so we breaking records tonight?
Nah, we ain't breaking records tonight.
All right. So
I want to play. I actually want to do something I haven't done in a long time. I want to play video games with my son.
All right. So you
UFC trailer. I want to use that
UFC trailer. I'm gonna chime more for a minute and chill with my wifey, and then I'm gonna chop back on.
Do it, my brother. Spend time with the wifey. Do it.
All right, easy, bro.
Thanks, man.
Easy to all your brothers, man.
Peace out.
Peace out, bro.
Ya tú sabes, Glenn.
Yeah. White Charters aren't. I don't get why the Charters aren't fighting on Fox. I don't know, man. I mean, PBC. Remember, they working with Showtime and Fox. So, I think. What did Jamal Charlo said? He said something about that if his brother was not in the car, that he was not going to fight Sergey Derevchenko, something like that. Or I just heard. I don't know. I got to get more information about that.
The Charlos fight on both PBC. They fight on Showtime and Fox. They did both last year. I expect they'll probably do both. And I think they'll go back to Fox in 2021 at some point.
Yeah. But just to clarify for a lot of people that Al Haymon has a network deal. PBC got a network deal, but that doesn't mean the fighters have the network deal. They not locked in a network. Just to make it clear, that's why you can see PBC fighter go into the Zone and go into ESPN. Just to clarify to people, because sometimes people think because they're in PBC that they just got to stay in Fox or Showtime.
Yeah, they got it. The issue is that they got like PBC had a reported like $130 million to put on championship fights between Fox and Showtime, right? So guys who have belts can hop around depending on what's going on, and that's why you might be seeing these guys fight the likes of like a Hogan, right, on Showtime, but then turn around and do a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. Is it like Sergey Derevchenko? He's fighting the Zone, Triple G, and now he's gonna fight Charlo in Showtime. And before fighting, when he fought Daniel Jacobs, no. Sergey Derevchenko before fighting Triple G, he fought in Fox. So it's Fox, the Zone, Showtime. Sergey Derevchenko.
He fought Danny Jacobs on HBO. That was like the last one.
No, I'm saying the fight before Triple G. The fight before Triple G.
Oh yeah. No. I'm just saying he fought the Jacob.
Yeah, he's been going around. Yeah, he's been going around. Because his manager is not Al Haymon. Who he's under?
Lou DiBella?
Yeah, Lou DiBella. Okay. So man, what y'all thinking about this Saturday? What y'all want to see? We know we know he gonna win, but what y'all want to see from Samuel Vargas? I mean from
Is it Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
I think it's Friday. In the 24th?
Oh, Friday, the 24th.
Yeah, it's the 24th, right? So that's on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, my fault.
I thought it was a Saturday too, but when I checked today, it was Friday. I heard in the 24th. Yeah. I want to see I want to see what he's improving in Robert Garcia's training camp. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how quick he would get this guy out of there.
Punch, you're gonna make me miss the fight, man.
What happened?
I'm saying, Punch is trying to make me miss the fight and shit, huh?
Hey, not my hey. I don't like the fights to end by knockout so quickly. Like with the Felix Verdejo fight, that fight happened too fast. I want to see what Verdejo had.
I know, but
Berlanga too, no? Berlanga was fast too.
Yeah,
but also that too, like what I'm saying, like how fans we contradict ourselves. Let's say for
example, we do,
like Edgar, he's knocking everybody out, right? 14 knockouts, but then people are like, yo, but we want to see how if he puts in some rounds, how well he goes after the 4, the 5, the rounds and stuff like that. But then if he does, then we'll be like, oh, he got exposed.
It's no win-win situation, right?
It happens to all fighters, right? That's why when I do the live commentary, I'll be like, man, forget about overtime, man. You don't get time and a half. If he's going to knock everybody out. But the thing I like about what Edgar said in his post-fight interview was that he's humble about it. He knows he's not ready for the elite.
I know.
And he said it. Another fighter would have been like, I'm ready. Bring me the best. He said, I got a lot of rounds that I need to put in. I'm still not. I need to be prepared to fight in that type of level.
His whole
what I like about the kid too? Punch? You know what I like about the kid? You notice they do push-ups. You know why, right? He does the push-ups.
Yeah, because he didn't get that left hook. He didn't get that combination.
Yeah. I like that though. It kind of like
Yeah, he wasn't happy about
keeps in mind. Yeah.
He wasn't happy about it.
Yeah. That's how much of a beast the kid is. You know what I'm saying? What if he start listening real good,
Yeah, man. He got a good trainer in the hands, too. He got a good trainer, bro.
Oh, I forgot the Dominican kid. My bad.
Oh, Elvis
Elvin
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Oh my God, he looks explosive last night.
Yeah, and I was saying it yesterday. I don't know if he was in the live show. I was saying that, is this gonna be the first fighter that's gonna actually be a star that Freddie Roach built from scratch? I'm not talking about getting a champion. If he builds somebody else, can somebody tell me? Build.
Hey, real quick, Punch. I'm gonna take a playa and I'll be back if you guys are still on.
All right, brother.
All right, man. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace out.
All right, peace out. Yeah, people watching the game right now, the NBA game, or already happened.
Basketball. Soon baseball is coming.
What is NBA?
Lakers and Clippers. It's today, right?
Yeah, Punch, you watching the baseball game? Soon it's gonna start. I think it's tomorrow opening day.
Nah. You know what, man? I used to be one of the biggest fans, man. I used to call myself Peter Gammons, man. I used to be a big baseball fan. Then all that steroids hit, and it was just everybody getting discredited. We don't know who's good. We don't know. I think it took a lot of air out that.
I ain't gonna lie, the Sammy Sosa and Michael McGuire era, that shit was crazy. 62 home runs in the season. Damn, bro.
I was a baseball head, man.
Barry Bonds, everybody, yo. You know.
I was a baseball head, but remember, I got a disappointing sports life right now.
Yeah, you was the Indians, right? You said
that's my team, Cleveland Indians, man. Kenny Lofton.
What makes you like them though? You were from New York, right? What makes you go for the Indians?
My favorite player was Kenny Lofton.
Oh, okay. They have Manny Ramirez there at that time, right?
Yo, I still got the Indian hat. I got the Indian. I used to go to almost all the games when they hit. I got the Indian hat with all the autographs. I got Eddie Murray, Sandy Alomar, Roberto Alomar, Kenny Lofton, Manny Ramirez. I got a bunch of Manny Ramirez. I already know.
He's one of my favorite players.
He's from my hood.
Yeah, Washington Heights. Yeah. He's from over there.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite. Even if he was a Red Sox, I was a Yankee fan. You know, I still love him. Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
He was a Dodger, Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called him Mannywood here.
Yeah, man. Manny's the most. I would say like this: out of all the athletes I ever met in my life, the most humble athlete I ever met was Manny Ramirez. And guess who's the second? And a lot of people, and I tell this to a lot of people, and people be like shocked when I tell them. You know who's the second humble? And I put him right there with Manny Ramirez.
Don't tell me Pedro Martinez.
Nah. No, Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, AWA, yeah.
Alex Rodriguez is money, bro. Alex Rodriguez shake your hand. He
very smart guy, you know? Yeah.
He don't like being around bodyguards. He takes his yellow cab and all that, man. Yo, and
you know what I like about AWA? He has a program to help the athletes get their money, invest their money and shit. Have you seen that?
You remember that program in New York, the Summer Youth
program? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If it wasn't,
he did one with Holyfield too. AWA did a program. Yeah.
When they were shutting it down, it was Alex Rodriguez that funded. Alianza Dominicana, that shit, he funded that big building that is in front of Presbyterian Hospital. He does a lot for the community. He just don't want to give him credit.
He does. No, he does. Yeah.
You know who's the worst? The worst I ever met? Guess. You know who's cocky as hell?
Damn, there's a lot of players that cocky.
Derek Jeter.
Oh shit. I thought Mariano was one of the most humble guys. Mariano Rivera.
That he used to go to church in the Bronx. He goes to the church in the Bronx, the Jehovah's Witness church.
Yeah. Damn.
That's what it is in New York. You see, if you out and about, I was like the meat packing district king. You know, I'll be out in the club all day. But you meet a lot of people, man. That's why in New York, the Knicks can't win. Because these dudes be getting drunk all day, bro.
Yeah, not everybody can handle the pressure, you know?
Nah, they can't. That's why next one.
Something about New York, it takes it puts too much pressure on somebody. They can't focus in the game, you know? I don't know what it is. You know?
It's too much. And it's too much. And then when you're in New York, you start making a lot of business deals outside of basketball. There's a lot of distractions in New York, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of distractions, man. I don't know how it is in LA. Like a lot of clubs closes at what? 2?
2, yeah. They're on 3, 2.
Man, New York could close 4:35, and then there's after hours, man. I've been.
Oh shit! The after hours. yo.
Let's check out this spot called is the Brooklyn Mirage. Yo, it opens up on Friday night and it closes Monday morning.
Hey guys, I'm gonna dip. Good night and God bless you all.
Yo, God bless, Cameron. God bless, my brother.
Good night, bro.
But yeah, man.
Man, bro, you know what? You know who's my favorite growing up? My back, Punts. I wanna. Who's your top 5 baseball player? Just top 5 in your
For
head.
me?
Yeah.
Ever or just mine? Man,
no, just whatever. Yeah. your choice. You know.
Yo, friends. Oh, me? Damn. My favorite.
Whatever that comes to your head, bro. But you grew up like liking, you know, whoever.
Barry Bonds. Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey Jr., man.
Bonds, Ken Griffey. On my time.
You like Albert Pujols?
Yeah, I like Albert Pujols.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite players.
Manny
Pujols is crazy, right?
About the steroids,
ese tipo monstruo, Albert Pujols.
Yeah,
you guys are just young, right? So I'm over here like Willie Mays.
I was gonna say
Ricky
that.
Henderson.
I was gonna say Willie Mays. I was gonna say all that, but I was just looking at like the time where because
I'm saying these are guys. I'm talking about guys that I saw. I'm saying when you look at the guy, like I'm just the guys that you two guys are talking about. I was grown and out there partying and all that stuff. Like baseball for me was like more of a kid fascination, not like once I got to be an adult. Like that's when baseball just sort of took away. It gave way to other stuff. But that's I love my A's though. I love my A's.
That's the beauty of baseball and boxing, because that's like American sport. It has a lot of history. Baseball and boxing has a lot of documented history.
Yeah.
That's why I hated that steroid shit. I want people to just calm down. Who cares, man? And by the way, it was 70% of the pitchers using steroids anyway, man. Let these batters use the steroids.
Yeah. And a lot of people enjoy it. They enjoy the home runs. Yeah.
Yeah, that Barry Bonds, man, everyone was out there. They built a whole new stadium out here in San Francisco. It was an attraction. Everybody was coming for it. And he had the sweetest swing, man. Like the steroids and no steroids, that was something to behold. And that performance Bumgarner did in that World Series on the mound, oh my God, that was one of the best things I ever seen. Right?
Yeah.
And that's like
entertainment. That's what I'm saying.
And y'all lost that 3-1 to the A's, right? To the Angels.
No. That Bumgarner. Well, right. So the Bumgarner, they won, and that was But you're talking about the Bart series in like 8-9. That's it. So I'm Oakland, right? I was born in San Francisco but raised in Oakland, right? So I'm always rooted for my Oakland teams over the San Francisco teams. But if one can win, it's really win-win for me.
Yeah, man. I think
it's like I don't know if New Yorkers, if you guys had Mets and Yankees World Series.
Of course, that's
the Mets are trash, but we don't mess with the Mets.
But you know what's funny?
I'm just saying, like I feel like as New Yorkers, but it would still be a win-win situation, even though you have that rivalry.
Yeah, it is. But I don't. To be honest,
Bronx and Queens rivalry. Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to baseball back in the days, I couldn't understand the rivalries before they did that interleague play, because remember it never used to be interleague back in the day. So it was like, I don't know why Met fan would hate the Yankee fan or the Yankee fan would hate the Met fan. I mean, they don't even play to one another. But once they started that interleague play, that's when the hate really started to boil up.
Yeah.
The Subway Series.
If the Mets goes to the World Series, I'm gonna go for the Mets. You know what I'm saying? If they're not facing the Yankees, I'm gonna go for the Mets because they're part of New York. You know what I'm saying? They're from New York City too.
I used to hate the Yankees because I'm a Cleveland fan. I used to hate
the
Yankees.
For real, bro? Why?
Yeah, because I'm a Cleveland. We used to be a rivalry in the 90s.
Oh, right. Yeah. So we dominated the late 90s, though.
But I used to go to all the games. One of my favorite players, why I hated the Yankees, but I used to love Don Mattingly. He was one of my favorite players.
Right.
Wade Boggs.
The Indians had a lot of good players at that time.
Of course, man. We had Jim.
A lot of great players.
And you know what? We was the most. And you know what else? We was the most. How you call it? Diverse team in baseball.
All-star team, right?
Diverse team in
That's like an all-star team, you know.
Yeah, at one point, man. I think the last team that had an African American was Red Sox in 1981. I think so.
Oh, shit.
That's how they looked at them, like a racist team.
Oh man,
the Boston Red Sox. I think that's they was the last team to sign a African American baseball player.
Right. Damn.
You remember, it's like everybody was like white, and it was just Mo Vaughn at one time.
Yeah, man.
Mo Vaughn is still getting paid to this day, right?
Who?
Mo Vaughn, Boston Red Sox.
So?
He had that good deal. I know Bobby Bonilla is gonna be getting paid for life.
Yeah, they used to be Kirby Puckett in Minnesota.
Oh, I used to like Kirby, man, but I used to hate the Twins too because they was in my division.
yeah, because they central, yeah. Minnesota,
I remember Raleigh Fingers, man. I remember Raleigh Fingers with his mustache, and yeah, man, great. You know, the Bay just had teams. We had like, it was so much fun growing up. But then I grew up and moved away. I went to New York and went to DC. You know, like DC doesn't really they didn't have a team, but New York. The Knicks would just stay getting the ass whooped, and I was in New York in the early '90s, mid '90s.
See, I was never raised strict, so I used to catch all the games. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to love watching the rival Dodgers versus San Francisco, like 10:30 or 11 o'clock when it was New York. My parents never gave me that strict. Like I gotta go to sleep at this time. I just never had that life.
All right, so I'm gonna just say like something just straight up, right? So there's a thing, like, I don't know if you guys know about like cotillions and debutantes, right? So, and they have botillions for the men, where you like come out to society as part of this whole anyway. I was an escort for these things, so a lot of the children of these teams participate in this activity. So I would hang out with the kids of a lot of these like Hall of Fame baseball players. I don't want to say no names, but yeah, the shit would be the Bay used to be cracking. That's all I'll say. Like it's not the same, but it's a really great place to grow up and raise your kids. It still is that, but the teams have all left kind of a little bit. The teams have like kind of spread out. They're not as condensed as they used to be, but
yeah, I used to like watching Houston Astros with Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell. I was a baseball fiend, bro. I used to love watching baseball all day long, bro. All day.
I used to do that too, Punch, yeah?
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah, there's nothing like going to a game. A baseball game, like still to this day, like football games are cool, but there's nothing like just hanging out, especially you catch a doubleheader, triple header, forget it.
Yep.
Yeah,
there's no clock in baseball. That's why there's no clock. You know.
Yeah, and you can just meet different kind of people. You know, I'd go with my friends, then go with the family, and then just be there by myself. Like, the baseball used to be shit.
And I want to tell you, Cleveland Indians, they got a lot of good players too right now as we speak. They got Lindor. You know Francisco Lindor.
Yeah. We always had a good farm. That's what it is.
Y'all almost had it. Oh my God. Yo, the World Series. Y'all almost had it. Oh my God.
We always got a good farm. The problem with Cleveland Indians, we never wanted to pay our players. We always got a good farm. Think about all the trades, in 2000s. We had the best farm, man.
Oh, the A's are like that too. Everybody, like, our best players go on to win. Our system goes on to win the World Series. Our players, we just don't pay the guys, right? That's a small market team. We invented Billy Ball. We invented, that's it is what it is. So Jose, I think the last time New York went deep into the playoffs, it was what was it, Cepeda? I can't remember the guy you got off of.
You mean? Wait, hold on. Jose Cespedes, right?
Yeah, Cespedes. There you go, Cespedes.
Yeah, Cespedes. Yeah, where is Cespedes? My bad. Something like that. I forgot his first name. Yeah, Cespedes. You're right. Yeah.
That's him. Yeah, I saw him play his last game. Then we got the fucking pitcher who couldn't throw to first base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yo, man. Now those are
He had the heat. That dude was striking everybody out, but couldn't make the first base pitch. I mean, throw to save his life.
Yeah, man. Oh man, those are the days, man.
I grew up watching baseball, you know.
I think not a lot of people. I mean, a lot of my peoples see that. What's funny is a lot of my peoples never used to like baseball. They used to like football and basketball. But then when La Banca, you know, when people started betting, then they became baseball fans. But it's just because they just watching baseball because they bet on the games. It's not really that they like baseball; it's that they bet on the games.
The Dodgers, man, like what the Dodgers just did to revamp their fan base and all the players that they have, like it's like sort of multi-ethnic, and you know, it was fun. It was a fun atmosphere, and yeah, I don't know. The A's seem like it's sort of crumbling. The Giants had a cool run, but it seems like it's all about the Dodgers right now, and the Angels, you know, back in the day.
I think with baseball is that I don't know how it is over there, but in New York, they stop funding or stop being a part of the community. You know, it's not like let's say for example, like saying in Harlem, Washington Heights, the Jets do a lot of you know, funding for these programs, helping the kids out and things of that nature, and also the Knicks, right? And Nets has done jobs as well, but in baseball, it's almost they abandoned the community, and I think baseball just went to the Caribbean. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It's in heavy. It's just a heavy Latin community though, and especially like in Los Angeles, right? You have a lot of Mexicans, but just a lot of Central Americans in general. So you know, when you have the common tongue. And you know, and the last name might be the same as yours. You know, you have that connection.
Yep. But hey, I mean, I think, but the market did change because they used to be a lot of, let's say, African Americans playing baseball as well.
Yeah. They stopped investing in the community. Yeah, same as here.
Like
they went to something else. They even the gymnasium, but they start building parks, and parks have basketball hoops. And so now you get a bunch of, and also the farm system here, like specifically Oakland, is about football and basketball. You know, Gary Payton, you know, Marshawn Lynch, you know, Kevin Johnson. We had like,
you know what's one of my favorite sports as well? Tennis. But over here, you have to pay. You have to have a membership. It's not like a basketball court. You just walk in. Now they're making tennis, you know, where you could just, you know, walk and play. But me growing up, if you want to play tennis, your parents had to pay for the membership, and it has to be per month. And you know, in the hood, people ain't want to, you know, parents ain't want to pay those type of fees. But tennis, every time I love tennis, man. I love watching tennis.
Yeah, I played in high school, lettered.
Well, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I like tennis, man. Tennis is like a one-on-one sport too, man. It's competitive too. It's competitive.
I like to watch tennis in the Olympics. You know what I mean? That's the only time I watch tennis.
Yeah, I play with my kids. You know, my you know, the wife is just not into the sort of the competition of sports, so we just sort of played for fitness and fun kind of deal. But yeah, with my daughter, my sons didn't give a damn. But yeah, I played a lot of tennis with my daughter.
And I used to be like, yo, if I would have raised with tennis, I think that would have been one of my main sports. Because when I picked it up, I started playing in college, you know. I started playing a little bit in college, and I'm like, yo, man, I used to be like, yo, if I would have picked this thing up, I would have been the first thug out there. You know?
No, man, tennis is fun. And if you have athletic ability, you can go a long way because it's really just foot action, right? It's foot action, hand-eye coordination.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I understood that. Yeah, you can't hit it too hard. It's hard, but I used to feel like, yo, I used to play, right? And the first time it was hard, like, yo, I'm trying to hit it as soft as I can, and the shit is going out the, you know, it's just flying everywhere. And then I'll play like for a good 2 weeks. By the end of that 2 weeks, then I'm getting the hang of it. Now I could serve. Now I want to know how to put the ball. I know how to place it. But once you stop playing, then it's like riding a bike all over again. But
your serve takes a while for your serve to come back, depending on how long and how developed your serve was in the first place, right? Yeah. But if you play like ping pong though, like you know, if you're any good at ping pong, then the tennis is just a large extension, right? So you just get the hang of the spin and how to use a racket.
I think on my Instagram, on Instagram a while ago, I put myself on playing tennis. Just playing like, you know, casual tennis with somebody. What's good, Guido? What you was gonna ask?
You play handball before too? Handball.
I play handball, but not serious like that. Like my boys used to whoop me. I wasn't that good.
Oh, shit. That shit is fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit is fun.
You know, it's fun. It's fun.
I grew up playing more baseball though. You know what I'm saying? I grew up more baseball all the time playing.
But I do play racquetball though.
Yeah.
Racquetball indoors in the glass. That's my shit. That was my shit right there.
Shit.
But all of that, to be honest, I play all of that stuff when you know, when you start having friends outside from the hood, you know. I started playing racquetball, started chilling downtown, in the meatpacking district, not the meatpacking, in Hell's Kitchen, Man Plaza, where Keisha, what's her name is? Alicia Keys. So her building indoors, I used to have people out there. Used to be a basketball tournament, but then they used to have tennis courts. They used to have the racket. They used to have all that. So I got into it back in the days over there, man. But it was a whole different type of crowd. You know, when you meet new friends, they show you some new things.
Yeah. True. That's true. That's true, bro.
Yeah. Yo, I'm about to time out, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for rocking with your boy, man.
When you gonna be live again?
Tomorrow, man. You already know, man.
Tomorrow,
Thursday, man.
Yeah.
Are we talking boxing tomorrow? We're talking politics, or we're just gonna be screaming?
No, boxing. Let's just talk boxing tomorrow, bro. No more politics.
Nah, that's happy hour Thursdays.
Right. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, shit, man. But yo, man. I even got tight earlier, man. Like, yo.
Yeah. I wanted to, so when I came earlier, right? Prince, I wanted to talk about more boxing, but you fucking, you know, this nigga came in talking crazy, you know? So I was like, damn, you know, I'm trying to calm everybody down, you know? It's the right topic to talk some boxing. There's a lot of things going on.
Man, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah.
Yo no quería discutir con nadie, ¿tú me entiendes? I don't want to argue with nobody, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk some boxing because there's a lot of questions I want to tell you, you know?
Yo, at this point,
I was like, damn.
I mean, come on, like,
it's getting bored, right? This shit is getting really bored with the arguments and all this shit.
Nah, but let's be real. Like, yo, bunch of people live in different states. People talking like they're gonna see each other. Like, come on, man. That shit old. It's getting old. Come on. You think I want to think about it, Guido? You think I want to take away?
No.
It's like my son when he's right here playing, and my other kids went to sleep, and my wife go to sleep. You think I want to be here talking all this nonsense? I'm going to talk away from my family to talk nonsense, you know. And that's what it's getting me tight already, you know. And it happens almost in every channel that you see, you know.
Yeah, every channel I'm going, está todo mundo peleando y shit. I'm like, oh shit, ¿qué está pasando aquí? You know.
It's fun. It's fun sometimes where, you know, like, let's say right now, like we're talking about baseball, right? The boxing's winning.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do with you. Yeah. I wanted to talk a lot of things, you know. But, you know. But we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it again tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Know, man. Tomorrow, get your drinks. Get your drinks.
Good night, brother.
All right, man.
Good night. Get the smoke,
man. God bless.
God bless everybody. Good night. You know?
Good night.
Ya lo sabes.
All right, brother.